What's up, Dolphins fans? Happy Thursday. Welcome into a very special edition of Dolphins Today by Chat Sports, presented by Prize Picks. We did this last year. We're going to do it again. A company-wide 3-round mock draft. What does that mean? Every channel we have all 32, will be making a pick in this mock draft. So it's not based off a simulator. We got other channels, other hosts that know this draft, know their teams inside and out, making selections for their squad. So you could argue this might be one of the more realistic and best predictive mock drafts out there. We'll be making selections for the Dolphins in the first 3 rounds. You are allowed to make trades. That is a wink, wink. I may have already made one. We will not announce that until we get to that point. But it's going to be a lot of fun on today's show. Hopefully you guys are ready to do this mock draft with Coop and I. We'll get things officially started around what? 3:10 Eastern time, Mr. Coop. So about 22 minutes away. Shout out your city for me down in the comment section as we welcome in producer Coop to the building. And Sam Brown is in the building.
Intern Sam is coming at the same time as well.
It's the RBC Heritage. We'll tell you about some picks on Prize Picks I have. We're one away from cha-ching. Yeah. I figured as much. I
can't wait for this draft. I think we're going to have a good time. We had a great time last year doing this. And look, the Dolphins need a lot to supplement this roster. So there are plenty of which ways we can go with this draft, and I'm fired up, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, shout out to Ruski. Ruski, were you a co-GM of mine last year? We had 2 co-GMs. I can't remember who it was.
That's kind of electric.
We had Building Fins Up was one. I forget who the other person was, though. It might have been Ruski. It might have been Jonathan Soto, actually. So scratch that on Ruski. I think it was Jonathan Soto and Building Fins Up. We won't be having any co-drafters with me and Coop. Why? Because we are limiting the amount of time we have to submit our pick to a minute this year. And due to that reason, it's a little too hard to get me and people who want to be co-GM in this mock draft to all agree / make a decision in 1 minute. So, gonna stick with me. Gonna just stick with me and Coop. Coop can provide some input. I'll ask him what he would do, but it's gonna be me driving the ship. To quote
John
Eric Sullivan from yesterday's press conference, when asked about if Stephen Ross has any input on the pick. Stephen Ross, one of the best owners in sports. He is so supportive. He allows me to do what he does. He'll be in the building, but it's my call. It was actually an electric kind of like change of demeanor from complimenting Stephen Ross to, but it's my call. It's pretty awesome, man. Axie says he wants Caleb Downs. Shire City, we got William in Kentucky. We got a lot of real ones in the building. Retiring in Lexington, MJ Russell in Waco, Key Largo, California, Rochester, Miami. J Squared wants Fanu. We got Olean. Shout out to Cryptic, my guy.
Am I the Brandon Shore of this draft?
Would you consider yourself a financial guy, or would you
not.
consider yourself a scouter of talent?
I would say an evaluator of talent.
Then you would be Kyle Smith, who is the assistant GM.
Or am I really the Troy Aikman because I'm there to give input, but I have no say?
That sounds more likely. From Dallas too.
Yes, true.
There's a lot of comps there. Well, we'll get that started in 20 minutes. We do have a super chat menu that we'll get to, and hopefully, you know what? Let's make this a party today here. $5. We're doing 5 push-ups. $10. We'll spin the wheel. $20. We're taking shots. This is our super chat menu for today's stream. Going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, so hopefully you guys are ready to have fun with us here today. We got a couple super chats we'll get on screen. You guys can give your thoughts on what I do and what you guys would do in your hand. I will say I did make a trade.
You're gonna blow up our spot already?
I'm gonna hint at it. I made a trade. What that trade is, you guys will find out. Yeah, I forgot actually Frank O'Connor / Flatliner was the one who pitched this idea a couple years ago.
I love it.
And then we kind of got it up into the upper beings, and we got it rockin' and rolling. Shout out to Frank O'Connor / Flatliner with the $1 super chat. Appreciate you, legend. We also got Ruski. I was the one scolding you on Jason Marshall Jr. No, yeah, I always will know you from that. But I wasn't sure if you did that with us as well. Couldn't recall. I will say I am still skeptical of Jason Marshall Jr., but I hope to be wrong. We'll see.
Brother stinks.
You see how Coop feels. Miami picking 11th in the NFL draft. Obviously, we've talked about it. This is our Chat Sports Best Available. So this isn't my personal big board. This is our Chat Sports one. Tom Downey. Obviously, listen, when you look on ESPN, you look at NFL Network, when they flash their graphics of Best Available, not everybody shares that opinion. It is a consensus. It's a company-wide. So here are some prospects that Miami will be considering. Miami, obviously, with that 11th spot. Got to be intrigued with Francis Maui-Noah. They'll be looking at him. Our own Tom Downey actually has Spencer Fanu as the top offensive tackle in this draft. I do think that Miami will be targeting one of Fanu or Maui-Noah with that 11th overall spot. It'll be intriguing to see what Miami does on draft night. You guys will have to wait and see to see what we do with our mock draft selections. We'll be doing all 3 rounds. Tyson Bryant, we're doing 3 rounds. So we're going to do rounds 1, 2, and 3. Dolphins have 7 top 100 picks. We got a super chat. We'll flash on screen here in just 1 second. But who do you guys want the Dolphins to draft with that 11th overall pick? Our live poll, I gave you 3 options. Francis Maui-Noah, Ruben Bain, Caleb Downs, and then other / comment below. So you guys can comment who you want the Dolphins to draft at 11 right now. Go drop a comment. Let me know who you guys want. Let me know who you guys want. Ruski says Carnell Tate.
Hey, Carnell Tate would be a solid pick.
I want Downs or a trade down. Fair. Poman's here to get me drunk. Well, we'll flash his super chat here in just 1 second. Shout out Poman. I want to see a full shot taken for each 20. Oh, every 20 we take a shot. 100%. A full shot. Do you think he meant you, or do you meant full shot each 20?
I think he said a full shot taken for each $20 super chat.
That's kind of how I read it. We got the Patron in the building. And this is a full shot here. That's a full shot glass, baby. There's no debating that. Listen, it's Thirsty Thursday here. We're 1 week away from the real thing, the real NFL draft. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the Poe man.
Shout out, Poe.
I see people saying Caleb Downs. I see a lot of Downs. I see a lot of Francis Maui-Noah. That's who I see. And by the way, we still have a very few amount of spots available on our Dolphins Today Hall of Fame board from last year. You see, we got this left here, this area, and then the handle, and then we're closed off. Oh my, look at this. Mr. Rick is taking a lefty backward swing. He's going to hit the ball at the back of the club. This is unbelievable.
I've never seen this.
We've got the RBC Heritage Golf Tournament on. Sit. You just hit it to the other tree. Oh my, that's unbelievable. He's going to be able to make par.
That's insane.
That was crazy. Oh, the Poe man again. He's trying to get us in trouble.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
He's trying to make us mess up the pick.
I didn't realize Mr. Fox was a chubby chunker. This guy's got a belly to him. 75 people watching here as we wait to get things rolling. I do have to imagine the 75 people in the building are subscribed, but if you haven't already, please join the channel. We'll be live for the real thing next Thursday. Going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a lot of fun. Wide receiver at 30, you'll see what we do. We're going to have a very interesting decision to make early, and then we will propel and jump from there. We will propel and jump from there. Shout out to the Poe man, who says, shot number 2. Do you want me and Coop to alternate, or is it just me, the Poe man? You can let me know.
I'll have to go grab a shot glass.
Yeah, are me and Coop alternating shots, or is it just me? Oh, gee.
Oh, my.
Oh, gee. Oh, gee. What do you think about KC Concepcion if he's there at 30? I like KC. A little bit. A little bit. A little bit. Well, we'll alternate, Coop. How about that?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Especially since we just got another 20 in here. We're going to be in trouble quickly, folks. Trouble quickly. Poe man says, that's cheap. I've taken shots. We're less fair, but we're also working.
Believe it or not, this is our job.
Yeah, it's also the Poe man. I know you're paying for us to take shots.
Poe's my guy.
Yeah, we'll take the shots. But we're grateful. We're grateful. How does Tyson jump off before Tate? It's possible. You know what I'm really intrigued on, Coop? What do the other people at the Chat Sports Company do? Because we know what we want to do from a Dolphins perspective.
Correct.
In terms of best player available, but positions of need, want to do the trenches. Like, we've paid attention to what other teams are going to do, but how do other hosts draft for themselves? Is there a team outside the Jets that has more picks than us in this mock draft? I don't think so.
No, I think we do lead the way in amount of picks. And look, I think there will be some wild cards in this draft. Who knows what a guy like Joey O'Donoghue's going to do?
Correct. And like last year, we had Shedeur Sanders go in the top 10 of our Chat Sports mock draft. So you really don't know what's ultimately going to happen. But shout out to the OG, Brian Aycock, F the Jets indeed. Mr. Coop will go get himself a shot glass here. But I think this will be a question we ask while he goes to grab himself a shot glass. If it was up to you, should the Dolphins trade down from pick 11? Trade down. Vibe, no, we're doing 3 rounds. We're doing day 1 and day 2 of the draft here. Should the Dolphins trade down in the draft? Cryptic says no. Ruski says yes. DeQuincy says no. Adam says yes. Brian Aycock says yes. Miami fan says no. DeWee no. Casey no. It looks like we've got a little bit of a split decision, if you will. Cryptic says too valuable of a pick to trade down. Trade down at 30, not 11. Flatliner says depends on the deal. Mr. Coop, I'll pour my shot up, and then I'll let you pour yours up so we can take it together. Look at the chubby Mr. Fox. Look at that belly just hang, man.
Oh, that's a hell of a shot.
It is a hell of a shot from the bunker.
Oh my, you know another one.
Yeah, that one's going to be you too, though, brother.
I got two.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Because I'm already on two, and you've got two. Vibe says, am I nervous to pick? Hell no. I've done so many mock drafts, y'all don't even know how to count, man.
You're doing mock drafts in October.
I did a mock draft in November. I ain't scared to make a
Was that
pick
the
at
first?
all. I think the earliest one we did was late
Week
October.
5.
No, yeah, we did one week 5 or week 6. And then we did our second one was right after the trade deadline,
That's
whenever
right.
that was.
All right.
All right, we'll take one here, and then shout out to the Poe Man, shout out to the OG,
Cheers.
Brian Aycock. You know what, Poe Man?
I owe another one, don't I?
Yeah. Is the Poe Man, I just want to make sure the Poe Man isn't Poe, right? Is this a different person? I think it is.
No, yeah, it's gone.
No, I think it's different because the username is not even close to the same. The Poe's username was something other than the Poe Man. You know what I mean? Oh, how about this, Coop? Rick, after chipping out, hit a 225 shot to 17 feet. He's punt for birds.
Stick it, Rick.
Mr. Rick. Poe Man says I am Poe isn't poor. So I told you if it was the actual other Poe, he would know who I'm referring to and answer right away. But the Poe Man with three $20 super chats today, Coop's getting right after it. Shout out to Coop. Is going to get into the Hall of Fame. $50 gets you a spot in the Hall of Fame, whether it be in one super chat or out the course of the stream. Poe Man again! Really don't want to draft a quarterback. Save that for next year. We got Ewers. Just sign a bum for number 3. Want to see him take a shot on Cam. Well, you did just see it. Shout out to the Coop in the skybox. I will say this, Poe Man. I will tell you right now, I will not be drafting a quarterback in this mock draft. The earliest I would consider taking a quarterback, oh, here's the shot, is 4th round, pick 130. Pick 130 is the earliest I would consider a quarterback. Oh, that's a ridiculous shot.
Gorgeous. Dude, these guys, they play a different game.
Yeah, they play a different game from the game that I think is different.
Stop it.
Yeah, I don't think a quarterback should be even contemplated in the first 3 rounds. 4th round is when you can start thinking about maybe going QB. That's really when it starts to come into consideration. David Ford with a 5. Trade back from 11 for a few spots, get more picks. This draft is mediocre at best. Maybe I'm wrong. David Ford, I will personally disagree with you. I think there are some people that believe that this draft is mediocre because there isn't elite level quarterbacks. But in my opinion, this draft is really deep at wide receiver. You can find starters all over the place. It's pretty solid at cornerback. It's pretty solid in the first 2 days at offensive line. I think there is some really intriguing guys at edge as well that you can get in the first 2 days. Now, when you start to talk about the 4th, 5th round, maybe, all right, it gets a little dicey at times, but I think the top 100 of this draft scoop is very, very good.
Well, and fortunately for the Dolphins, they're going to have quite a few dart throws there in the first 3 rounds because they've got 7 in the top 100.
Oh, this is a pleasant surprise, Mr. Corey Belfaust.
Our guy Belfaust is here?
Yes, he is. Didn't see that one, but How about that?
Just so
There he is. Trade down. I'm here to have fun. We might have to raise our prices, Coop, because we're getting hot and heavy here.
Oh, boy. Couple of housekeeping notes, just so you guys know. We will be doing a Q&A after the mock draft concludes.
Yeah.
So super chat or get your hashtag Dolphins questions in, because we will be doing that there after the conclusion of said mock draft.
Yeah, once we're done with our live mock draft, we'll kind of recap it, and then we're going to do a Q&A. So if you can't stick around for the entire stream, get your questions in now. Hashtag Dolphins or super chat with a question. Like, still Miami fan? That's a really good question. Copy that, paste it to send it again, but add hashtag Dolphins before or after the question so we can bring it on. Because we want to get your question on when we officially do that mock draft, but we do have some other housekeeping notes to keep care of, and then we'll get to another super chat as well as Corey Belfos, your Venmo, and then we'll keep it rolling here. We're really close to getting started. 2:10, we're on the clock, so we'll have to speed through real carefully, excuse me. But I said it off the top of today's stream, we are presented by Prize Picks, America's #1 sports pick, and with sports on the daily, I love getting in on the action. Playoff basketball starts this weekend. If you're not a hoops fan, you can play baseball, soccer, hockey, golf, and much more. I'm a big dimple guy. I love the game of golf. It's one of my favorite things. I would argue it's my second favorite sport right now behind football because I'm out on basketball. And I'm taking that to heart with an entry for the RBC Heritage Tournament that started today. And guess what? You can follow my picks. I'm public. Username RollyCS. That is ROLLYCS. And if you followed the picks that I placed yesterday afternoon for today's action, you would be happy because Jake Knapp birdied the whole 5-second. Bang! Sung JM, 5 under. Bang! And then Russell Henley needs to shoot a 3 under. That's the last part of that daily fantasy lineup. He is 2 under through 7, so he needs to go 1 under from that point on. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the link in the comments, live chat, and description. Use code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. We appreciate Prize Picks for sponsoring and presenting this fun live Dolphins mock draft that is going to get underway in just 2 minutes. How about that, Mr. Coop? We're right there for the Prize Picks. We're right there, man.
Right there, and we've got some super chats
to
get to.
Oh, boy. Adam with a 5. Get the most picks for a trade down. Only 10 to 12 blue chippers in this draft. Lots of same talent levels to be had in the first 3 rounds. I agree. There are some players that are really good. Jeanette, good question. You got to have the hashtag and the Dolphins attached with each other. Got to have them attached with each other. It's getting hot in here.
It is.
Got to do that. Got to get to that. Oh, Russell Henley's got 10-footer for birdie. Whew. Adam, I agree. But there are some blue chippers. Like, I think Caleb Downs is a blue chipper. I think Sonny Styles is. I think Jeremiah Love is. Those are probably the 3, though. Like, I think blue chippers means, like, no doubt hits, Coop. And I really only think there's 3. There could be more. There could be better players. But, like, if I'm talking about no doubt prospects that are going to be good no matter what, I really think there's only 3 guys I'd be willing to pound my fist on the table and say, okay, those are blue chippers. And that would be Sonny Styles, Jeremiah Love, Caleb Downs.
Agreed. Yep, I fully agree with you. I don't think you can throw Vingo Ioane in there just because you know that he's going to be a good player.
Yeah, you know what? That's on me. I'll add Vingo Ioane into that mix. So 4. That was a mental mishap by me. I do consider him a blue chip guy. I do. Jonathan Soto with a $50 super chat. Get we're going to be behind on Super Chats because we have a schedule to maintain with this mock draft. So if we don't showcase your Super Chat for a couple minutes, you're going to have to bear with us. I apologize, Corey Belfaust and the most recent Poe Man. Soto says, what's up, boys? Great being here with y'all today. Second, I'm so sick of people saying Miami is setting Malik Willis up for failure. 2027, hopefully great draft picks for ANC. 28, hopeful playoff push. Yeah, hopefully we get good play from Willis and some good optimism when it comes to his ability. There's certainly no guarantee that he ends up being the franchise guy, and I'm not so sure if Miami's going to be good this year, but we'll reserve judgment, in my opinion, when it comes to setting him up for failure. Let's see what happens in the draft. Let's see what happens in the months after the draft in free agency where Miami has some cap space. So I'm not going to freak out just yet about the Dolphins setting Malik Willis up to fail. They do need to add some wide receivers, though. That is for sure. That is for sure. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. All right. If you're ready for the draft, type those me's. If you're ready for the mock draft to begin, type those me's. I believe we are officially underway. Are we ready? Are we underway? Number 1 is in. So I'm going to close my laptop here, Coop.
Oh, my. You're going to close it?
Yeah, I can't see. I can't see the picks. I don't want to be spoiled. I want to react live. Oh, we should have had grade the trade, by the way, on there. Can you make that real quick?
Yeah. All right, number 1 is in.
Number 1 is in. No surprise, Coop. It's going to be Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, no shock whatsoever. I mean, Mendoza is going to be the number 1 overall pick, so this was a simple selection for Mr. Mitchell Rent over at the Raiders
never mind.
Report.
He's going to say number blank in, so I could actually leave my laptop open. Never mind. Sorry about that. But yeah, absolutely. Like, Mendoza's going to go number 1. That is a lock to happen. He is, no doubt, already wearing the silver and black. So the Miami Hurricane quarterback certainly going to be a fascinating prospect. I wonder if he starts week 1. Doesn't sound like he will. Looks like it will be a Kirk Cousins or Mendoza, but I think Kirk Cousins starts. Number 2 pick is already in.
Are you kidding me?
Caleb Downs goes number 2 overall. So this mock draft is off the rails. It's
one of the most
Downs.
ridiculous things I've ever seen.
Who's making this pick?
Mike?
Is he really?
Yeah.
That's a bummer for a reason that we'll disclose here in just 1 second. Shout out to Corey Belfaust with the $40 Venmo. Soto getting into the Hall of Fame.
Let's go, Corey.
The Jets went down. And Corey will get into the Hall of Fame again as well. Jay Soto and Belfaust are long livers in the Hall of Fame. Oh, we have a trade to announce.
Are you kidding me?
The Kansas City Chiefs has traded with the Cardinals to get the 3rd pick. They traded 9 and 40. Oh, that is not enough.
No, that can't be enough.
Not enough.
That is not the shot.
It only cost a 2nd-round pick to move up to the 3rd spot in the draft.
What are we doing?
The
pick is also in.
And the pick is in. The Chiefs moved up from 9 to 3 to get David Bailey. The Chiefs grab the Texas Tech edge rusher.
I don't get it.
Yeah, did they need to do that?
I don't get it.
Why didn't they just stick at 9 and draft an edge?
I don't get it.
Maybe they didn't feel good about Bain getting there? Shout out to Jay Soto and C-Bell getting in. Yeah, this mock drafts have gone off the rails quickly. Shout out Ruski with the $10 super chat. If Malik Willis balls out despite the Dolphins' record next season, does that mean Arch Manning is a Dolphin or is Jeremiah Smith a Dolphin? What I would say, if Malik Willis looks like a franchise quarterback, but the Dolphins, because they have a bad defense, end up going like 4-13, and you're picking in the top 3, I would imagine if Miami feels good about their quarterback, them trading back with one of these teams that are looking to move up for a QB, and you acquired a lot of draft capital, grab an edge, grab a wide receiver, Colin Simmons or Jeremiah Smith, likely going to be the two best players next year's draft that are not quarterbacks, the Texas edge and the Ohio State wide receiver. The fourth pick is in, Mr. Coop.
Let's go to it now.
As the Po-Man comes in with a super chat. We'll flash it on screen here in a second. Oh, Sonny Styles. The Titans grab the linebacker. So no Jeremiah Love in the top 4. No Arvell Reese in the top 4. Interesting. Could this happen on draft night? I say no, but I guess you do never know. Like, the Chiefs trading up to 3 is unlikely, right? But if you look at the draft, is there a world where the Cardinals pick Bailey at 3? Yeah, there's a world.
There's a world.
There's a world. There's a world. So the Giants are on the clock at 5, and they're going to take the Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love. That makes sense to me. I think the Giants are going Love, Styles, or Downs. Those are the 3 guys I think that the Giants consider.
That's the most realistic pick, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. So Jeremiah Love off the board at 5. The only so I guess if you said, Coop, that the draft went Downs, or in the top 5 went Love, Bailey, Mendoza, Downs, Love, would you be that shocked? No, it would leave Arvell Reese there at 6, which is a bit of a stunner.
Speaking of, it's a trade.
Oh, trade.
The Cowboys moving up.
Cowboys moving up. From 12 to 6, they trade their 2 first-rounders to move up to 6, and they have the Browns now second-rounder at 39 overall. This is moving extremely fast, fellas.
Like, too fast.
I agree. It is too fast. That is going to be... first thing I said is in my notes is that we did this too quick. Because it's actually way too hard to even talk about anything that is happening. Way too difficult.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys move up to 6. We'll see who they take. Shout out to the Po-Man with the $30 super chat. I don't even know if we read it because things are moving so quick.
We'll get back to it.
We'll get back to it. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up icon. 166 people watching, 41 likes. Hit that likes. Hit that like number. Russell Henley, 3 under through 8.
Beast.
We will check in on that here in a second, but we also have the pick. Who did the Cowboys move up to take? I'd imagine Arvell Reese.
Let's take a look. Yes, it is.
The Cowboys take Arvell Reese, but I wouldn't go to this. Why?
Woo!
Trade alert! Trade alert! I kind of alluded to it, but I moved up in the draft.
We're on the clock.
We moved up from 11 to 7. All we offered was a 3rd-round pick. This is incredible value. Fleece job. All it took was 1 3rd-round pick to go up 4 spots into 7th overall. Now, I will be completely honest with you folks. I did this with the idea to move up and get Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs. I did not anticipate that trade happening. Now, let me submit the pick.
I don't even get an input.
My computer's frozen. I can't. I'm not even lying. My computer's frozen. I told you who I was going to do if those 2 were gone. Oh, here we go. We're back. Who should I take? Who should I take?
Who's Rolly going to take? You got it.
Yeah. I think it's sent. My computer froze. We're frozen. I think it's sent. It's sent. The pick is in. I traded up to 7. Who should I take? Who should I take? I see people saying Carnell Tate. I see someone saying Ruben Bain. Parts. Who's Parts? Tane, Pate, Fanu, Bain, Delane. My computer is absolutely frozen. I can't see anything.
But we do have the pick announcement with the 7th overall pick.
I traded up to take Ruben Bain Jr., the Miami edge rusher. I think the Dolphins just desperately need additions, attaboy Coop, to the defensive line. I know there will be a lot of question marks about the arm length for Ruben Bain, but the truth is Miami needs violent bottom as well. Physical defensive linemen to help them build alongside Chop Robinson, Josh Uche. And to me, I think it just makes a lot of sense to target him. Now, I know a lot of people would say you could have just stuck at 11 and maybe get him. This mock draft, the trades had to be put in prior, and I thought moving up to 7, I would be able to get one of Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles. That was wrong. So I was unable to do that, unfortunately. I would have done that to do that, but instead we move up and take Ruben Bain. He is a very versatile, physical, and Miami is looking for home run picks that they believe can be good and be impactful in building blocks inside the building. I think Ruben Bain is that. So moving up to get Ruben Bain. So we basically just traded a third-round pick to get Ruben Bain. Do I think it happens realistically? No. Do I think Miami trades up? No. But this is just a fun mock draft. Why not have fun?
Why not have fun?
Why not have fun?
Grade the pick in the comments, A, B, C, D, or F. Look, I still think it's a good pick.
Listen, I didn't try to get Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs. I'll make this very clear. In real life, I would not trade up to get Ruben Bain. But I agreed to the trade up with Sperry, our Commanders host, yesterday, with the idea that Downs or Styles would be there because I just don't see them both being off the board in the first 6 picks. Evidently, that was the case. Evidently, that was the case. I have Ruben Bain as a better prospect than Carnell Tate. I'm not the biggest fan. I think Tate's good. I would not take him in this draft. I wouldn't even take him if he was there at 11.
So just to revisit, here is the trade.
So we made the trade. We traded pick 87 for Ruben Bain. Because we basically, yes. we traded a third rounder for Ruben Bain. I still think I would do that.
I would too.
So that's what we did. We had fun. Why not?
The last 2 picks that have gone in the Chat Sports mock draft.
Saints went Carnell Tate at 8. No surprise, as we shout to the Poe man. Things are going hot and quick, so we'll pay off some of these here in just 1 second. And then at 9, the Cardinals went Francis Maui-Noah. So if we stuck at 11, we would have not gotten Francis Maui-Noah.
Correct.
So, Coop, in all honesty, as this mock draft is shaken out, many of the projections, nothing's crazy has actually happened. The order in which they went maybe went a little crazy, but there is no glaring prospect that is lasting way longer than usual right now.
No, I think it worked out the way we wanted it to.
Rapper, Carnell Tate's off the board at 8. Maui-Noah at 9.
We'll show you the top 10 here.
But if Miami stuck at 11, I would have probably went with Spencer Fanu or Venga Ioane. See, and I don't want to say that I am better, making smarter decisions than you guys, but people saying we got to go O-line with the first pick no matter what, there is no absolutes. Do you want to take Maui-Noah or Fanu at 11? You can, but what if those 2 guys are gone? You should not be picking an offensive lineman unless it's Vanga Ioane at 11 if Fanu and Maui Noah are gone. So why would you do that? And if both of those offensive linemen go in the top 10, that means one of the high-level defensive guys are there, like Delane or Bain. You can't pencil in a position at any spot in the draft. It's not necessary to do anything.
Show this and then
Ruski with a 10. No, we already showed this, right? Yeah, we did.
Yes.
We already showed this. First 10 picks done. No. Remember, that's what I sent to you.
I know, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, well, I sent it to you.
Yeah.
We already talked about that. That's also at 222. Oh, no, yeah, that's 10th pick. Okay. So we'll go through a quick recap here in 1 second. We already took Ruben Bain in this mock draft. But before we continue any further, let me pull this up. God, my computer is just in shambles, dude. I don't know why. I can't load a thing. There we go. Okay, before we continue any further, we're going to get this mock draft started up again. But we are also sponsored by GLD. Buying men's jewelry used to be a nightmare. Overpriced, low-quality junk. That's not going to happen with GLD. Their quality is on a different level. You can see it. You can feel it. And for a limited time only, new customers can get 40% off at GLD.com when they use code CHAT. I've got a Dolphins pendant in studio right now with a silver chain. The quality really can be felt. It looks odd. You don't have to do Dolphins. You can. It's cool. But you can create your own. Design your own. Just grab some chains. They have a collab with the NFL, so every team's on a pendant. But you can create fully custom pieces. If you've got a design in mind, GLD's custom shop will bring it to life. Work hard and change the game. For a limited time only, new customers are getting an insane deal. Use code CHAT to get 40% off at GLD.com. That's 40% off with code CHAT at GLD.com. After you purchase, they will ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them Dolphins Today sent you. Appreciate GLD for sponsoring the show. All right, so we look at the top 10 one more time here. Mendoza went 1, Downs 2, Bailey 3, Styles 4, with Jeremiah Love going 5, Arvell Reese 6. We traded up to go grab the Miami edge rusher Ruben Bain. We offered pick 87 overall. Carnell Tate went 8, Maui Noah went 9, Mansour Delane went 10, and the most recent pick in this mock draft was the Commanders, who we traded with, going Makai Lemon, the USC wide receiver. The USC wide receiver, Makai Lemon. That's the latest pick in this mock draft. Lemon is a player that some people want the Dolphins to take. I just don't see it whatsoever. Good prospect. Can be a good wide receiver. I just don't think Miami should explore that. I really don't. No need to take a wide receiver in the first pick of the draft. Go O-line, secondary, or edge, in my opinion. You can't go wrong if you go one of the top corners, or I say Mansour Delane, Caleb Downs, Ruben Bain, or the 3 offensive linemen. Ruski says you better get Omar Cooper Jr. Why? Why do I have to get him? Explain. Explain why that's a must. It's not, is the answer. Browns pick at 12 is in. They go Spencer Fanu. That makes a lot of sense for them. Roto says, I'd like to understand why Ruben Bain is a prospect that people like so much. Well, because when you watch his tape, he is one of the more impactful edge rushers in this draft, if not the most. He is constantly disrupting opponents. He plays with a really good violence to him. He's physical. He can play both in the run. He can beat you with speed. He can beat you with a speed into a power move. He's got the total package. There's a chance Ruben Bain goes top 5. The Titans could be a team that goes Ruben Bain. I like Ruben Bain a lot. So I stand by that pick without a question. Which actually, I got to write these down. Give me a second. Let me go write these down at the bottom. Round 1, number 7. We went Ruben Bain Jr. Edge, Miami. I hate that it spells his name wrong. Autocorrect. Trade. I'm just writing down the mock draft so far. Receive 7th overall pick. Commanders receive 11th overall pick. And then 87th overall.
Kenyon Sadiq goes 13 to the Rams.
Robbie says, tell me you didn't watch Bain play. Are you talking to me or are you talking to Roto? Wow, the Rams went with Kenyon Sadiq because if you're talking to me, I'm going to respectfully ask you to maybe go somewhere else because you're either just being a hater or I don't know. But I promise you, I have watched him too much. Jordan Tyson, the Arizona State wide receiver, off the board at 14. So all 3 wide receivers, I got you, Robbie, off the board. Top 3 gone by pick 15. Does a wide receiver run begin here where you start to see some other teams that are looking for a wide receiver?
Now, IRL, if Venga slips this far, I'd love a trade up.
No, that wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen. By the way, spoiler alert, not really. We won't be making another trade in this mock draft. We made the one. We won't be doing another. So we'll be sticking and picking at round 1, number 30. At round number 2, number 43. Round 3, number 75. And then 90, 94. 90, so 6 picks. 90 and 94 is the last ones here. So, last pick was Baltimore going Jordan Tyson at 14. Pick 15 is not in just yet. Nope, just came in here, Tampa Bay. How do I feel about D'Angelo Pons? I think he's a good player. Miami won't consider him, though. Because if you look at the Dolphins and what they like to do in terms of their wide receiver or their corners, based off John Eric Sullivan and Jeff Hafley, they like guys that are 6 foot, long, athletic. Pons is very good, but I would not say his physical profile is that of Miami level corners. So I don't think that D'Angelo Pons is a player Miami would target, if you're just asking me. 15th pick is in. Keldrick Falk, the Auburn edge rusher, heads to Tampa Bay. Miami linked to Falk a couple times as well.
Not where I would have gone.
If I'm Tampa, to be fair, I don't think I would say I'm the most well-versed on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but I do know they need an edge.
I don't love Keldrick Falk as a pro prospect.
Big, he's more of a developmental guy, physical, can play in the run game really well, but
developmental guys just scare me.
Yeah.
Get someone who's ready to play.
Don't disagree. I do not disagree.
Wasim Khan
with a $2 super chat. Hey, Rolly, what's up? Head back to Bears Now. Well, enjoy the Bears Now version of this mock draft. Do you want to hand me the tequila? I'll take one of the shots we owe. As we wait here, the pick for the Jets at 16 is in. Looks like we're going to have to buy a new bottle, Mr. Coop.
I might have to.
Shout out to everybody. We don't have any pink wheat in studio.
Akeem Mesidor goes to the Jets.
I'll tell you what. Our Jets picker, terrible.
Bad.
Terrible. Caleb Downs at 2, Akeem Mesidor at 16. Would you rather do Caleb Downs at 2 and Akeem Mesidor at 16? Or let's just say David Bailey at 2 and then Dylan Thieneman or Emmanuel McNeil-Warren at 16?
Yeah, honestly. Probably take the safeties.
Like, I think Thieneman and McNeil-Warren is very good, but... Oh! Trade alert! Trade alert! A blockbuster! The Minnesota Vikings acquiring Dexter Lawrence, who is rumored to be on the trade market from the New York Giants. The Giants acquire pick 18 and the third round pick the Vikings have 97. So a first and 97 for Dexter Lawrence as the Lions take the Alabama offensive lineman Caden Proctor at 17. So Caden Proctor goes 17th. The Giants are back on the clock after trading Dexter Lawrence to the Minnesota Vikings. A ballsy and bold move by our guy Patrick Seatman, Mr. Coop.
Look, Seeps wanted Dexter Lawrence. He needed that run-stopping, plugging nose tackle who's also a good pass rusher. He's going to have to give him a lofty extension as well.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think Dexter Lawrence is a very good player. I am just not sold that I would pay or give him 18 or pick 18 for him
And
then extend him.
Got.
And, well, I mean, listen, if you told him, like, there's just no chance.
No world.
I think Venga Ioane is there at 18. Maybe he is. Maybe he is, but the Giants get Venga Ioane at 18. That's a hell of a pick. He is a guy that I would consider one of the blue chippers. I think he would be an option for Miami, if we're just going to be quite frank. I would be fine taking Ioane at 11 if the Dolphins missed out on the top defensive guy in Francis Mauigoa. Like, I would make the argument that, and I have it on my big board for Miami, that Ioane is a better pick for the Dolphins than Spencer Fanu at 11. So, good pick there for Marshall Green and the New York Giants at 18.
Just look at these PFF numbers.
I mean, he's fantastic, dude. He really is. He really is fantastic. So we're sitting here at 19. Carolina's on the clock, and there are some really good players still out there. Jermod McCoy, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, Chris Johnson, Caleb Lamu, Denzel Boston, Omar Cooper Jr., Casey Concepcion. Coop, why don't we showcase my big board for the Dolphins' 30th overall pick?
Let's do it.
Now, I'm not sure if any of my guys were taken. That's the best available currently.
One guy was.
This is how I have my big board for the Dolphins at 30. Now, things obviously can shift if a player, it goes differently, as Dylan Thieneman, my number one guy that I think maybe gets there at 30, goes at 19, so he's not available. But I have the two safeties, Thieneman and McNeil-Warren, at top my dream list for the Dolphins at 30, followed by Omar Cooper Jr., Chris Johnson, Zion Young. Now, obviously, if the Dolphins drafted Ruben Bain like we did, I'm not going to draft Zion Young at 30. So then that gets shifted a little bit. So it all depends on what happens, right? Like if the Dolphins go offensive line early, I'm not going to take Caleb Lamu or Max Ihenichor at 30. And I'm not going to take TJ Parker. So now I'm looking more at the wide receiver corner, offensive line, safety position with the 30th pick since we took Ruben Bain at 7. So things change a little bit here. But that is kind of where I stand right now, not knowing what happens in the first 11 picks. Now that I know I have Ruben Bain, I'm going to prioritize an offensive lineman and a defensive back with the 30th overall pick, whether it is a safety or a corner. But I really like Ruben Bain. We got him at pick 7, only trading a third rounder to move up and get him. Wasim Khan, I actually have you on the iPad, Harris on the phone. Shout out to you, Wasim. You're a legend. I love Wasim Khan, man.
Wasim's a G.
No, nobody could hate Wasim Khan. John Eric Sullivan could tell me to hate Wasim Khan. I say, John, you know what? Go F yourself.
He's an absolute.
Omar Cooper Jr. off the board with the 20th pick. So, Omar Cooper Jr., the Indiana wide receiver, gone. Oh, boy, Russell Henley bogeyed 10, so he's 2 under. We need him to get to 3 under. 8 holes to go. Need to play those 8 holes in 1 under. Cool. It's possible.
Come on, Russell.
Don't love it. My 30 list is getting decimated. I trust one of those 10 guys are going to be there. I really do believe that. Who did Carolina take? Dylan Thieneman, the safety from Oregon. Omar Cooper Jr. went 20th to the Browns. And now the Steelers are on the clock, where I would anticipate them going. We know Sperry's horny for wide receivers.
Yes, he is.
Would he take Denzel Boston there? Or KC Concepcion?
Concepcion, I could see. Boston, I don't think.
Well, we'll see.
Here's how the draft is shaken out here in the top 20. Mendoza went 1, Downs 2. David Bailey to the Chiefs at 3. Sonny Styles 4. Jeremiah Love 5. Arvell Reese at 6. We traded up for Ruben Bain Jr. at 7th. Then Carnell Tate went, followed by Maui Noah, Delane, Makai Lemon, Spencer Fanu, Kenyon Sadiq, Tyson Falk, and then Mesidor. And then rounding out the top 20, it was Caden Proctor, Dylan Thieneman, Venga Ioane, and Omar Cooper.
Yeah, so that's where we stand right now. We just had a little break in the action I wasn't even aware of. Like, we're moving so quickly right now that we just took a 3-minute break, supposedly, and we're already back on the clock.
No, it's way too fast.
Yeah, like, just absolutely need to slow down going forward. The pick for the Steelers is in, Mr. Coop. I'm guessing they took Casey Concepcion, because Sperry will never not take a wide receiver. Yep, I'm right. Always in.
That was too easy.
Casey Concepcion, the Texas A&M wide receiver, goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers here at 21. Do I know Jack Sperry or do I not know Jack Sperry? The man, even though they have Michael Pittman and DK Metcalf, can't help himself. He loves talking wide receivers. Way too much. And maybe Casey Concepcion is good. I'm not sold, but either way, the Steelers take Concepcion, so players flying off the board here for the Dolphins. Players flying off. Said trading up for a player is not a good idea when the Dolphins need a lot, but what if I just want the best players? You know what helps the team rebuilding? Taking the best guys. I thought Ruben Bain was a player that wouldn't make it to the Dolphins at 11, and I went up and got him because he's someone that's going to impact the Dolphins in a major way. I'm not complaining about that. I was hoping to get Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs when I traded up. Fine with Ruben Bain. Fine with Bain.
Oh my, this is a stunner.
TJ Parker. I don't think that's a stunner at all.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. The Clemson edge goes 22nd. Was a projected top 10 pick coming into the year. Didn't perform that well, but has really long arms. I think that's a like that feels like a Chargers pick. Because they believe in the traits and they believe in their coaching. Now, no Jesse Minter, so how much do you believe in that still? But we'll see. We shall see, Mr. Coop.
We shall indeed, as we are coming up on our next pick here.
Yeah, 23, close, Philadelphia. I think they're going to go Denzel Boston. Or Maxi Hanachor.
I think Ihanachor.
You think so?
I don't think anyone's a Boston fan, man.
I don't like Denzel Boston.
I know.
I can tell you, spoiler alert, I'm not taking Denzel Boston at 30.
Would you take him at 43?
That's where a conversation can start. But I would not. I still would. I just don't think Denzel Boston's going to be a very good wide receiver, period, in the NFL. He was on the video I put out a couple days ago that was Dolphins do not draft these players. My 3 players were Denzel Boston, Cassius Howell, and Carson Beck. Those were the 3 players I would not draft. I would not do it. Jeremy Bernard over Boston. I agree. I completely agree. I completely agree. Who did the Eagles take, Coop? We're already on pick 24.
The Eagles selected. Hasn't even loaded yet.
Hasn't loaded yet. Well, I'm guessing Ihanachor. Yep, they went with the Arizona State offensive lineman Max Ihanachor, and then the Browns get Monroe Freeling at 24. Many people believe he's going to be a top 20 pick. So as we get to 25 here, Coop, the Browns took both Fanu and Freeling.
Yes, they did.
I know who Harrison's going to take at 25.
You do?
Yeah.
I know.
He's taking Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. This Toledo safety.
Yeah.
My top guy available. No, this is going to be a 3-round live chat sports mock draft. It's going to be a 3-rounder. Would I trade up from 43 to get Emmanuel Pregnon? No, probably not. I probably wouldn't. Ooh, we got a 9-footer for Birdie. Bounce back. Henley. Need it.
Come on.
25th pick is in, that being the Chicago Bears. My guess, Coop, is Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. Let's hit that like button. 10 likes right now. Let's get to 75. Let's get to 75 likes right now.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong. Well, oh my goodness, I forgot he was still there. The Tennessee cornerback, Jermod McCoy, fell all the way to 25, and Harrison Graham. That's a pretty good pick. Hard to complain. I'll tell you what, if Jermod McCoy was still on the board, I would have taken him. Barnett, that would be interesting, but it'd also take a million years, and we're not gonna do that. McCoy was still available. Once we get to 75 likes, we're 4 away. We're gonna show the best available players that we'll be deciding between when we're on the board here in 4 spots. I think actually Smitty's gonna go Emmanuel McNeil-Warren.
I could see that.
They need a safety. I also could see him going Caden McDonald. They need an interior defensive lineman. Am I starting to think about Avion Terrell or Colton Hood? I have a sneaky take. I don't have them even in my consideration for pick 30.
Not really.
Yeah, I don't. Not anymore. If I'm gonna take a corner at 30, Cope, I don't want to spoil it, but I would take Chris Johnson over those two.
Yeah, we've talked about Chris Johnson a lot here on the channel lately.
So if I'm taking a corner at 30, I'm probably looking to grab Chris Johnson from San Diego State. That's my goal. I like Chris Johnson a lot, man. Like him a lot. And he feels like a really good Dolphins corner based off what we know John Eric Sullivan and Jeff Hafley want and like at that position. Pick 26 is in from the Buffalo Bills. I like Avion Terrell too, but a lot of injury concern. If he tested better, I know he had a hamstring issue. Wow. Jacob Rodriguez, the Texas Tech linebacker, goes to the Bills at 26.
All right, let's look at the best available here.
Yeah, we got to 75 likes. So as we are 3 picks away, we have 27, 28, 29. We've got Emmanuel McNeil Warren, Chris Johnson, Caleb Lamu. What about the next grouping? Because I got to be honest, and then the next grouping on our big board, Avion Tyrel, Blake Miller, Colton Hood, Kane McDonald. Yeah, I got to be honest. Go back to the number 1 list. I'm just hoping one of these 3 guys doesn't go, and I'm taking the best one. In that order, by the way. It will be in this order for me of what to draft at 27, 28, 29. It'd be in this order.
Let's see who San Francisco
The 49ers pick is in. Emmanuel McNeil Warren goes. That's unfortunate. Really would love to have got him for the Dolphins at 30 in this mock draft. I love McNeil Warren a ton. I think he is someone that Jeff Hafley would utilize in a very good way, man. Utilize in a really good way. So I'm going to take one of these 2. I actually think Caleb Lamu is a really good player, and I also think he's someone that Miami would really be interested in. Oh, boy! Trade alert! Trade alert! Trade alert!
Woo, 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 woo.
Henley Birdie back to 3 under. The New England Patriots have traded up from 31 to 28. They jump us. They send pick 125 to move 3 rounds. So just for example, by the way, guys, the Patriots in this mock draft just traded their 4th round pick to move up 3 spots at the end of round 1. We moved up 4 spots into the top 10 for 87. Guys, I'm telling you, the trade we made, I know people were skeptical of it. Really good deal for us. I would guess New England either goes offensive lineman or wide receiver here. Or edge, I guess.
I was going to say edge.
One of those 3. They need all 3. I'm guessing he traded up to get Blake Miller. That's my guess. The Clemson offensive tackle. That is my guess. David Ferguson just tuned in. What'd you miss? We took Ruben Bain. Oh, wow. Went with the other offensive tackle, Caleb Lamu from Utah. And now I'm sitting here for Miami, 1 pick away. The Chiefs are on the clock. Oh, my God, they need a corner. I'm going to get sniped on. I'm going to get sniped on Chris Johnson. I'm going to get sniped on Chris Johnson. I'm going to get sniped on Chris Johnson.
And you're not taking Avion Tyrel?
No. Check my big board. What's my big board? I might go C.J. Allen, something I've never done, because he's, I think, going to be highest on my list. If the Chiefs take Chris Johnson, that would be I'd be sniped, right? Yeah.
Yep.
If you show it, this is my board at 30. And in this mock draft, Thieneman's gone, McNeil Warren's gone, Cooper's gone, Lamu's gone, Falk is gone, Parker's gone, Ihanachor is gone. The only people left on this board is Chris Johnson, Zion Young, and C.J. Allen, but we took Ruben Bain with our first pick, so no need to go edge again this early. And I could go Blake Miller, but I don't think he has versatility to play inside. And I'm not sure Miami would make that pick. Oh, we just had a shakeup, so never mind. Pick 29 is in for Kansas City. They go Colton Hood, the corner from Tennessee, which makes me pretty happy because I'm not going to waste any time.
No hesitation. Not even worth putting up this way in.
Chris Johnson, CB from San Diego State's going to be the pick for me at 30. No hesitation. Got lucky that the Chiefs went with Colton Hood rather than Chris Johnson. So our first round mock draft, we get Ruben Bain and Chris Johnson.
Not bad.
You immediately infuse a lot of talent into this defense.
And it's what they need.
I know people are going to be bummed that I didn't take an offensive lineman, But guys, offensive line is a big need. We know this. But edge is a bigger need. I think edge is the biggest need on the roster because Chop Robinson, David Ajabu, and Josh Uche isn't good enough. So you take Ruben Bain to help be your lead guy. Chop Robinson on the other side, Uche and Ajabu mix in, and then you get Chris Johnson here, the San Diego State corner, who, to me, is a Jeff Hafley guy. He's really good, physical, plays man coverage at a high level, can play zone, tackles extremely well, which is valued by us a lot. I like Chris Johnson a lot. There's a lot of rumors that he's going to go at the end of the first round, and I think those rumors are emerging because of the Dolphins at pick 30. So I'm going Chris Johnson here with the 30th overall pick, and I'm not thinking twice about it. Obviously, that wouldn't be the case for Miami if they took like a Mansour Delane or Jermod McCoy earlier, but if you go O-line or D-line at 11, I think taking Chris Johnson at 30 is the best possible outcome, barring one of the two safeties slipping to you in that spot.
Grade the pick, A, B, C, D, or F.
I see a lot of A+. Poetic says it's an A- draft so far. So people were skeptical a little bit of the trade up to get Ruben Bain, but you get Bain and Chris Johnson, and let's party. Bain and Chris Johnson, let's party.
Katie McDonald goes 31 there to the Houston Texans.
And now most of you guys will know here at pick 43, I'm going to be looking at wide receiver and O-line. I would prefer an offensive lineman. I will not shy away from going to the edge room again. By the way, I would not shy away. I see a lot of A's, A-. Hot Dog gave me an F. Hot Dog gave me an F. I don't know why I got an F. Oh, we have a trade. The Steelers moved up to pick 32 at the end of the first round. They traded their second, third, and fourth for this pick. That's a big haul for Seattle.
Does Sperry know how to GM?
I will say, though, if you're convincing the Seahawks to move back 21 spots, you're going to have to offer something good. And a third and fourth is that is actually probably what is necessary. The Steelers moved up to 32. Did they take Ty Simpson, Cole? I'm guessing he took Ty Simpson.
Nope.
No, Emmanuel Pregnone goes 32. Emmanuel Pregnone at 32 is the pick. So
that is the first round.
That's the first round. We'll recap here in a second, Coop. We got to tell the people about our presenting sponsor on today's show, and that's no one other than the great Prize Picks. It's so easy to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 to 6 player stat projections. They have team picks rolling out. They got culture picks. I'm more of a daily fantasy sports person myself. I like to play basketball with the playoffs. I also like to get in on the golf action as well. And that is actually where my lineup goes for today. I have a 3-player lineup for the RBC Heritage Tournament, first round, that we are dangerously close to getting right. I had less on Jake Knapp shots, hole 2. He got 4. He got a birdie. I took less on Sungjae Im shots, 69.5. He shot a 66. Russell Henley needs to round this out with a 68 or better. Right now, he's 3 under, so if he pars every hole from here on out, he shoots a 68, and we get a 5 for 23.75 Prize Picks lineup. You can follow all of the lineups that I have if you follow me on the social feeds future. My username is RollyCS, ROLLYCS. Go give me a follow and track my picks. Download the app today with the link in the live chat in the description. Use code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Shout out to Prize Picks for presenting today's live show.
All right.
All right, Coop, why don't you recap? Coop, it's at the top of the doc.
Yeah, I know. That's where I got it.
Okay. I thought I had a different link. That's on me. That's the link for Prize Picks.
All right.
Yeah, you recap the first round.
First round of the Chat Sports mock draft is over. I'll be running through it. Obviously, Fernando Mendoza went to 1. Caleb Downs, a shocker, went to the Jets. Then you had David Bailey in the Chiefs trade up at 3rd overall. Sonny Styles, Jeremiah Love, Arvell Reese going 6 to the Cowboys in the trade up. We traded up to 7 to select Ruben Bain. Then not his teammate, but Carnell Tate went next to the Saints. And then 9 through 16 right here, Maui Noah, Mansour Delane, Mekhi Lemon, Spencer Fano. Then you have Kenyon Sadiq, Jordan Tyson, Keldrick Falk, and Akeem Mesidor. Caden Proctor, drafted 17 by the Lions. The Giants trade up once again to grab Venga Ioane. They're at 18. And then Dylan Thieneman. And then you have Omar Cooper, Casey Concepcion, TJ Parker, Maxi Hanachor, and Monroe Freeling. And then your final 8 picks are as follows: Jermon McCoy, Jacob Rodriguez, EMW, Caleb Lomu. And then you have Colton Hood. We selected Chris Johnson, the cornerback out of San Diego State, 30th overall. Caden McDonald, and then the Steelers traded up for Emmanuel Pragnone.
Yeah, I like where we're at. Oh! A blockbuster trade to begin round 2. The Texans just acquired Kyle Pitts, the tight end from Atlanta. Falcons acquire a second-round pick, 59th overall, and a 7th rounder, 243. What a move by the Texans.
It's a good move for Jimmy Chubbs.
I don't hate that move, man. I don't hate that move. I don't hate it one bit. So the second round getting underway. Best available players: Denzel, Boston, Avion, Terrell, Blake Miller, Chase Basantis. I will be targeting certainly offensive linemen, maybe a wide receiver at 43. It's kind of probably the range I want to go here. We'll see what happens. We got a bunch of picks in front of us. Already took Ruben Bain and Chris Johnson. Very happy with this. Very, very happy. Yeah, if Basantis is there, I will probably find a hard time to not draft him.
His versatility would be very useful for this Dolphins offense.
I like Basantis a lot. Potentially a day 1 starter at interior offensive line.
Would you play him at guard to start? Let him compete with Jonah?
Yeah, like it would be him. It'd be Basantis, Jonah, and Sieler competing for
2 spots.
For 2 spots. Odd man out. Couldn't care less who it is.
Oh, and the first pick of the second
First
round
pick is in. Pick 33. Denzel Boston, the wide receiver from Washington. I was never going to take him, so I was staying away. So I'm not mad at that happening.
You just don't believe in him, do you?
Do not believe in him one bit. Basantis played right tackle in 2023, left guard the last 2 years, so he's got the versatility that is preferred by John Eric Sullivan and company. Phantom says, where does he usually go? Maybe trade up? Well, here's a little inside info on this mock draft. All trades had to be finalized before about noon today. So you could have agreed to a trade on with contingencies on if a player is there or not. But we decided to just, after the trade up and sending a 3rd round pick to get Ruben Bain in the 1st round, I decided I'm probably just going to stay put here in round 2. I tell you what, I know this might not be popular, Coop. I might go with an edge rusher again.
We'll see what the board looks like.
Because some of my favorite guys are still there, Coop. Zion Young, Malachi Lawrence.
Malachi Lawrence is not available.
Well, no longer him. He goes to Arizona at 34, but Gabe Jackas. I know people won't like it because they were very offensive line and wide receiver, but we need a lot of edge rushers too, guys.
Oh, I mean, they don't. Chop Robinson's your number one at the moment.
Guys, Chop Robinson, Ruben Bain, Josh Uche, much better, but I might go another edge. And I'll tell you right now, like, based off this draft, I would probably want to take another edge in the third round. So then what's the difference of taking one here? And then I would just focus on wide receivers and an offensive lineman in round 3.
Blake Miller goes 35th to the Tennessee Titans.
That's a good pick for Tennessee, Blake Miller. So Tennessee, they get Sonny Styles and Blake Miller in their first 2 picks. That's a pretty advantageous draft right there. Ow, I just cracked my knee.
Oh, that hurts.
It hurts sometimes, but sometimes it feels really good.
Which one was that?
This one felt non-existent. Oh, good bunker shot by Russell Henley. Needed it bad. 3-footer for par. We're trying to. I would like to get one more birdie so we have confidence.
What's he on?
3 under. Oh, he's on 12.
Oh, okay.
So we have 6 holes to go after this. Can we go even par in these 6? That's all we need. Could Rutledge be a pick? Yeah, for sure.
Reminder, we will be live next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the NFL Draft on the Reels. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and make sure you guys come join us because it'll be a fun time. It won't be as hectic and chaotic as this either.
No. I'm looking at like the big board and players available. Boy, there's some good players. There's some good players. Some good players, man. Who do you think that... I think that the Raiders here at 36, I'm going to guess they took D'Angelo Ponce. Final answer.
The Raiders selected...
He's an Indiana guy, man.
Not D'Angelo Ponce.
Not D'Angelo Ponce.
Christian Miller.
It's not a bad... That's a good pick.
I think it's a good pick.
Yeah, it's a good pick. I just felt like Mitch was going to be like Indiana West. Who are the best players available, Coop? Because we're getting closer and closer. We're under 10 picks away from being back on the board. What's up, Rob?
How are we doing, Rob?
Nick says, saw you trade up for Bain, electric move. Listen, only had to offer a 3rd-round pick for him. Why not? We got Avion Terrells, Chase Besantis, Peter Woods. I tell you what, I'm looking at this list. If
I know who you would take.
I would go between Besantis and Jeremy Bernard would be my 2 guys that I hope fall.
Zion Young?
I tell you what, though, spoiler alert, I am bypassing other needs, and I'll double down an edge to get Zion Young at 43. That would be a steal. I think Zion Young's a stud. I would consider Zion Young at 30. Coop, I'm telling you, right?
I know you like him.
I'm telling you, Coop, I would have taken... Well, I wouldn't have taken him at 30 because we took Ruben Bain. But if we went O-line, Zion Young becomes one of my top guys for the Dolphins at 30. So if he was there at 43, that to me, I know we already took an edge rusher in this mock draft. No issue taking another because we need multiple additions to this room. And I love Zion Young.
Peter Woods goes to the Giants at 37.
Peter Woods, the interior defensive lineman from Clemson, goes 37 to the Giants. So the Giants, if you're keeping track at home, took Venga Ioane at 18, Jeremiah Love at 5, and then Peter Woods at 37, who they are looking to replace Dexter Lawrence as they traded him to the Vikings in this mock draft. That's a good Giants mock. If you're trading Dexter Lawrence, Love, Ioane, and Woods, it's a pretty good mock draft considering they traded Dexter Lawrence and then had Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs go off the board. Who should I pick at 43?
Keelan Rutledge off the board.
38 is in. Keelan Rutledge, the Georgia Tech interior offensive lineman. Right? I'm getting a little bit more of a positive reaction to my idea of drafting Zion Young than I thought I was.
He's one of your guys.
Yeah, but I just thought that some people would get a little, I don't know if I should say disheartened or a little up in arms about taking a second edge rusher in the first 3 picks.
Oh, this is a good pick for the Cowboys.
Cowboys get C.J. Allen. Yeah, I didn't even know he was still on the board. I assumed he was gone. I would have absolutely taken C.J. Allen at 43 if he was there too. A lot of guys I would take. Got to keep your options open. I agree, Rob. You can get a couple of talented offensive linemen in the 3rd round as well as wide receiver. That's why I'm not pressing to do so. Like, I'll be open. If Chase Bisontis or Jeremy Bernard are on the board at 43, I'll take one of those two. But if both of those guys are gone, I'm going to take Zion Young if he's also there. We only have 3 picks in front of us, 40, 41, 42. So 3 picks in front of us. Assuming that Bisontis, Young, and Bernard aren't all 3 of those picks, I'm taking one of those 3. I'm taking one of those 3. IDK says take D'Angelo Pons or Avion Terrell. We took Chris Johnson. I wouldn't double down at corner early. I'll double down at edge, no issue. I wouldn't do it at corner because we have guys like Juju Brents, Storm Duck, Jason Marshall Jr., Alex Austin, that will compete with Chris Johnson and others. We don't really have as many competitive edge rushers. So, we'll see what happens. Cardinals on the clock at 40, waiting to see what their pick is.
Oh, would Jeremy Bernard be in play?
I say no because they have Michael Wilson and they have Marvin Harrison Jr.
No, I'm saying for us.
So, what'd you say?
I'm saying for us.
Oh, yeah, like I said, Bernard and Bisontis would have to go in the next 2 picks. Is that likely? I don't know.
They do not.
The Cardinals go D'Angelo Pons, the corner from Indiana, which means we're guaranteed to get one of Bisontis, Mason Thomas, and Zion Young. Or, excuse me, Jeremy Bernard, Zion Young, Chase Bisontis. That's a win. Like, I love it. I love those 3. Getting one of those 3 at pick 43 would be a home run.
Absolutely.
I would be ecstatic for that, man. And that's going to happen. We're going to get one of them. We're going to get one of my top guys at 43. I love it. Couldn't be more fired up about it. This mock draft's turning out really nice. Yeah, but we need multiple guys, man. And what if Chop stinks? Well, then guess what? You're going to need an edge next year. But what if Zion Young's really good? And if Chop stinks, then you have, all right, maybe Zion Young and Mr. Ruben Bain are going to be our future. Dominate the trenches. People always talk about trenches in Miami, but they never talk about defense. Whenever people talk about the trenches and the Dolphins, they always talk about offensive line. What about edge? What about getting after the quarterback? We don't have anybody to get after the quarterback right now.
Or Mason Thomas goes to the Bengals at 41.
So we're going to get to choose between our 3 guys. We're not even going to be given one. We're going to have to choose between them.
That's correct.
Now, as much as I've hyped up Zion Young here, I will not be taking him.
You're going to eliminate him.
Yeah, because I said that I would take Bernard or Bisontis over him because those 2 guys are positions of need, and we haven't already taken one at that position yet. I would have taken Zion Young if Bisontis and Jeremy Bernard were gone, but because we need those 2 positions, and those are my 2 top guys at those spots, I'll take them. So people are saying take Zion Young, take Chris Brazell. We're going to be taking either Chase Bisontis or Jeremy Bernard, depending on what 42 is.
The New Orleans Saints.
The Saints already took wide receiver, so they're not going to go Jeremy Bernard. They actually probably should go Zion Young for them. or Avion Terrell. Both would be good options for them. Both would be good options for them. We're up next. Oh, boy, I forgot. After pick 42, we're taking a break. A 2-minute break.
That's right.
So we'll have the ability to sit on it. Sit on it. All right, let's see pick 42. Who did the Saints take?
Avion Terrell.
So I'll
Live pull it.
Yeah. We got 2-minute break. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll put it up for vote. Who should we take? Zion Young, Jeremy Bernard, or Chase Bisontis? Put it up. We got a 1.5-minute break. Make sure you guys have subscribed if you haven't already. Shout out to the 170 people watching. We'll be live for the real draft next Thursday. Make sure you tune in. Early votes are on Chase Bisontis, 63%. Down to 59%.
Ruski super chat and says get Chris Brazell.
Ruski says get Chris Brazell at 43, and then in the second round or in the third round go your Michigan boys, referring to Jay Sean Barham, who I would love to still take. The live chat, out of the first 40 votes, 55% Chase Bisontis, Jeremy Bernard 53%, and Zion Young 21%. I am going to submit my pick. Who do you think I took, Mr. Coop?
I think you took Jeremy Bernard.
Okay. Coop thinks I took Jeremy Bernard, the wide receiver from Alabama. Coop, don't look in the bottom of the dock because I'm writing down who I took.
I don't know.
But the pick is in. I have submitted it. And now we'll see who I took. Now I'll see who I took. The people spoke. 52% wanted Chase Bisontis over Zion Young and Jeremy Bernard.
I don't want to see it either.
The pick is in.
Tell me when to push it.
Push it, Coop. The pick is Chase Bisontis, the Texas A&M offensive lineman. Y'all want trenches? I agree. We get Bisontis here. He played right tackle in 2023 and then has played left guard for the Aggies the last 2 years. He's got the versatility that is looked for John Eric Sullivan and this GM. He is a multi-year starter. Like I said, he can play multiple positions. And I think he is a really good addition. You have now Bisontis, Jamari Salier, and Jonah Savinaya competing for 2 starting spots. You say those 3 guys, go compete for your starting spots at left guard and right guard. And you have, no matter what, at least you could say it doesn't work out, but on your roster, the 2 best starting guards you could have. Paul left tackle, Brewer at center. Austin Jackson probably starts at right tackle. And then have Bisontis, Savinaya, Salier compete for starting left guard and right guard. I would anticipate Bisontis winning that. Like I mentioned, he played left guard the last 2 years. I'm very confident he'd be able to play right guard in the NFL. You could also move Jonah to right guard, a position he played when he was in college. Or he played right tackle and left tackle. So he played on the right side more often, so excuse me with that. And then Jamari Salier could play a bunch of different spots too. So grade the pick, Chase Bisontis at 43.
Solid B.
A B?
Solid B.
Really?
It's a good pick.
A B?
It's a good pick.
That feels disrespectful.
It's a good pick. Is it a home run pick?
Everybody's spamming W and A's.
I don't know if it's a home run pick.
I think it is.
We thought Jonah was too.
I thought it was a good pick, not a home run pick. And then I got cautiously optimistic, which is why I was cautious. I by the way, you can go back and say it. I wouldn't have taken him.
I believe you.
I wanted Will Johnson.
Yes, I do remember you saying that on record.
I was a big Will Johnson guy. People are saying Ted Hurst. A lot of people are saying trade back up. Like I said, the only trades that can be made were already submitted. I did not make a trade contingent to get Ted Hurst at the end of the second. We'll see how the board falls. But I'll be honest, we only have 3 third-round picks instead of 4. Whoopee. You only have 3 third-rounders. But I would be thrilled if this draft started like this. Now,
absolutely.
Obviously, if you got Bain at 11, it would be even better. But Bain, Johnson, Basantis, that's a dream start for me.
That's a really good start to the draft. And if this was John Eric Sullivan's haul, I think people would already be calling him to get an extension.
I don't disagree. I mean, I think Dolphins fans would be jumping for joy if this was the first 3 picks. So we have 3 third-rounders. What I'll be looking for at those third-rounders, I'll be looking at wide receiver for sure. We're going to be taking a wide receiver with one of those 3 picks. I'll be looking at edge again. I'll be looking at safety. I'll be looking at offensive line again. I'll even maybe sprinkle in a linebacker if the right guy's there. I have no issue. The only thing that I'll guarantee is that we take a wide receiver with one of those 3 picks. Tight end is in play as well. Like I said, only thing that is guaranteed, Mr. Coop, is that we take a wide receiver with one of the 3 third-round picks we have left. When is the real draft? Next Thursday.
Round 1 next Thursday, 2 and 3 Friday, 4 through 7 on Saturday. We'll be live for all of it.
Yep. Got a 14-footer for Birdie and a 1 shot of breathing room on 13. Come on, Russell. Come on, Russell. What's Nap up to?
Napster.
Nap's probably taking a nap. He's 2 under through 10. So.
Our guy Fox finished with the 6 under 65.
Yeah, Ricky on the leaderboard. Nobody pass him, please. I need him to be on the first page as we move on to Friday's action.
I think this might be your favorite thing in sports, seeing Rick on the leaderboard.
Oh, Dolphins winning on Sundays, Heat winning playoff series, seeing Rick on the leaderboard. I love me some Ricky Fowler.
Look who's still available.
Zion Young. Yeah, I'm stunned by this. I don't understand it. He's a stud, man. Jeremy Bernard's still there, too. Henley missed the party putt. Gabe Jackas is there still, too. I love him. There's a lot of good players on the board. I'll say this. If I was in charge and I could trade whenever...
Oh, I'd be moving up.
I would be working the phones in a pretty big way to try to move up right now. Are you shocked that Ty Simpson has made it this far?
I am not.
I'm not as well because I feel like if it's not the Jets or the Cardinals, no one's going to take him. John Soto with a 2. Appreciate you, Soto. You're a legend. Do you think you could have gotten Ruben Bain at 11? I say no because I think the Saints could have taken him at 8 over Cardinal Tate. The Cardinals at 9 could have taken him as well because they trade back. They're rumored to take either Bailey or Reese if they don't trade back, but they did in this mock draft. But also the Bengals have been heavily linked to Ruben Bain. So the teams that picked after us, the Saints, Cardinals, and Bengals, are all teams that have been connected to an edge rusher or Ruben Bain specifically. So I would say, in all likelihood, he would have ultimately been taken in those spots, but you never know. You never know. Obviously, I would have loved to stay at 11 and get Ruben Bain, but I moved up to get him. And that's more of a thought experiment. Like I said, if I were to do this on the real thing, and if I was actually John Eric Sullivan, I would not trade up to go get Ruben Bain. I would let it play out and take either him or an offensive lineman at 11. But just for fun, why not do it here on a Thursday live edition, right? Yeah, I don't do it all the time. I just do it for fun once in a while. Retiring, that's exactly what we're doing. We're going in the third round. We're doing 1 wide receiver and 2 BPA. We're taking a wide receiver guaranteed, but it will be wide receiver and 2 BPA. If another player that I think is the best player is a wide receiver, we'll take him. If it's an edge, we'll take him. Offensive lineman, we'll take him. Safety, linebacker, tight end, don't matter. Exactly, Chris. I traded up thinking I was going to get Caleb Downs or Sonny Styles, which didn't happen. Would have been sick if it did, though. Cryptic says Bryce Lance. I like Bryce Lance a lot. He could be a pick for us. Obviously, the number 1 wide receiver that we always talk about and I'll be targeting in the third round is Ted Hurst out of Georgia State. But if he's gone, Bryce Lance is one of those guys for me. AJ Halsey, this LSU safety, goes to Minnesota. So in this draft, the Vikings acquired Dexter Lawrence via trade and then got AJ Halsey, who many people believe is the third safety in this class.
Taking a look at some of the top wide receivers still available.
I'm surprised Jeremy's still there, man. Chris Brazell's still there, too. Brazell's not even on our top 4 of wide receivers right now. I don't think Brazell, as much as Ruski wanted him, I don't think he's going to go that early. Maybe he does. Who knows? All it takes is one team to fall in love.
He's not even in our top 8 available.
Wow.
And he hasn't been taken, correct?
Not to my knowledge. Can anyone call us and request a live trade? No. No. Oh, he did go. We missed him. Attaboy, Coop.
They're going too fast for me.
To say you're not prepared.
No, I'm very prepared.
So Chris Brazell did end up going ahead of Jeremy Bernard. That's a little wild to me. I like Brazell a lot, but I wouldn't have taken him over Jeremy Bernard.
Derek Moore, the edge out of Michigan, goes 50th.
Oh, that's a fun pick. That's a fun pick. Derek Moore's a really fun pick, man. That is a really fun pick. Stribling is shooting up boards. I actually took him in my mock draft. Apparently there's a report that Ja Morant's interested in the Heat. Doing this again.
You're going to get both? Can you?
Who's both?
Ja and Giannis.
Absolutely.
You can get both?
100%. You could find a way to get Ja Morant without offering a first-round pick.
Salary-wise, I meant.
You could attach Jovic and, like, Hawkeyes. Or, like, Jovic.
I would be hesitant to give Hawkeyes up for him.
Well, he would be going. If you looked at my trades of, like, getting Giannis, that you would have left to trade. You could trade, like, a Yakachonis or a Davion Mitchell. Like, if you did Davion and Jovic, that comes out to about $28 million in salary. Those two in a second-round pick, I don't know if the Grizzlies would accept that. But in the third, you got to take Ben Bill. I got to be honest, Cryptic. I think he's going to be bad for us, dude. Jeremy Bernard finally goes off the board to the Panthers with the 51st overall selection. When's our next break in the action? Actually, after this next one. After this next one. It was scheduled for 3:25, 3:28. So they wanted this to be a quick hitter, and we're still even a little bit behind.
Boy, is it.
Boys, I actually am not that mad at it. We've been live for an hour and 43 minutes already. It's going to be a long mock or live where we don't pick until 24. We got 24 waits. Who's on the clock? Pick 52. Who's 52, Coop? The Saints?
Nope.
Oh, wrong. The Packers. The Packers are on the clock, and they just made the pick. So we'll see who the Packers took at 52, and then we'll get into our next. For us, yes. For others, it's Chat Sports. For others, it is. Who did the Packers take? Zion Young. What a pick. That is a steal.
It's a great pick for Joey Peterson.
That's a steal, man. That's an absolute steal. Steal of the draft right there. Zion Young at 52. I would have taken him at 30 if I went offensive line and then my top corner wasn't available. But today's stream, obviously presented by Prize Picks, but also sponsored by GLD. Buying men's jewelry can be so difficult at times. Low quality, you're scared of that. Overpriced for no reason. But with GLD, you don't got to worry about that. Their quality's on a different level. You can see it and you can feel it. And for a limited time, new customers can get 40% off at GLD.com when you use code CHAT. I've got a Dolphins pendant and silver chain in studio today. You can grab one yourself. You can get a gold chain. You can customize something else. You don't even have to get something Dolphins if you don't want to. They've got high quality jewelry for men no matter what. One-of-a-kind pendants, iced out chains. If you've got a design in mind, GLD's custom shop will bring it to life. Work hard and change the game. For a limited time only, new customers are getting an insane deal. Use code CHAT to get 40% off at GLD.com. That's 40% off with code CHAT at GLD.com. After you purchase, they will ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them Dolphins Today sent you. Appreciate GLD for hopping on the Dolphins Today wagon. All right, as we move back into where we are in the mock draft, the Seattle Seahawks are on the clock at 53. How about Cassius Howell still being available? A lot of Chat Sports faithful as concerned as we are about that arm length concern.
The arm length is certainly a concern. No.
Oh, we're in a bad spot. We just had a blow up.
Double?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no. So we're 2 behind?
We'll see how he finishes the hole.
Oh, that's a disaster. That's a disaster from the Napster.
No, this is Henley. It's Henley. Pick 53 is in.
No. And there he goes.
And there he goes. Cassius Howell off the board. Jake Knapp, bogeyed 11. What are we doing, Knapp? These guys are crazy.
He's killing us.
Who's the best wide receivers available? You want to show that, Mr. Coop?
Best wide receivers available. You got Chris Bell, Malachi Fields, Antonio Williams, and Dejon Stribling. Those are your top wide receivers. Then you have guys like Elijah Surratt, Ted Hurst, Zachariah Branch, and Brennan Thompson. Rounding out the list there. Still some good receivers available, Mr. Rowley.
There are some good ones available. We got to hope that some of them slide.
Can we get Ted Hurst? No way.
I think we could.
You think so?
Yeah. If you got to be careful for those Eagles and Niners at the turn, because I know Chase Sr. loves Ted Hurst as well.
I mean, will he take him right here? They're on the clock.
Certainly a possibility. Certainly a possibility, man. Eagles on the clock. 54. I don't put it past Chase Sr. to go Ted Hurst here. I know he's a big Ted Hurst fan. Okay, we might have avoided disaster. Torcast might be off. Either Torcast is off or ESPN's live coverage is bad. They're saying Henley's chipping for 2, but Torcast said there's a penalty involved. Well, this is going to be a bogey or a double, depending on if there's a penalty shot or not.
We really hope it's a bug.
Yeah. Because he's not getting...
Should put him 2 under?
Yeah. He's not getting up and down unless he drains a 35-footer from the fringe because he just flubbed that chip. So it's either that putt's for bogey or for par. Who did we take so far?
It's on your screen.
On your screen. Ruben Bain at 7. I traded pick 87 to move up 4 spots to get Ruben Bain at 7. Chris Johnson, the San Diego State corner, at 30. And then Chase Besantis with the 43rd overall pick. It's a little fun one. I mean, I didn't really know. I know for a fact that the Dolphins aren't going to trade up in the first round, but we've done so many mock drafts. I thought, why not, for shits and giggles, one time trade up? And since it only took a nothing burger to move up, I think it's a good move. Keontae Scott, the defensive back for safety, or defensive back for Miami, goes to the Eagles at 54. So
I like our haul here so far.
That's what we've done so far. I think it's great. I don't know. Some people aren't the biggest fan of Ruben Bain as a prospect. That's beyond me. Ruben Bain's, I think, terrific. Even though with the short arm concerns, that violence and physicality that he plays with. But he's also got speed too, man. I like Ruben Bain a lot. Obviously, I would be thrilled if the Dolphins got him at 11, but in this one, we traded up to get him.
And the Finns do need more players that play with the violence like that.
Yeah, because our edge rushers that are currently under roster, all finesse kind of speed guys. Oh, he almost made that. All right, ESPN's saying that is for par. So I think we only dropped a shot.
That's not all right.
We can
We're
take.
alive.
We can live with that. Par 5 next. Get it back.
We need a featured group of them.
He's featured on ESPN. I'm surprised we're not seeing more of him on the TV. We still need a tackle. Yeah, we certainly need to grab. If we're talking about this, it's not like the biggest necessity in the world. It'd be nice to grab another offensive lineman, but I'm doing a lot of BPA. And I trade up to get Ruben Bain. Thought he was the best player available. Chris Johnson, the San Diego State corner, best player available. Chase Besantis, the interior offensive lineman who has played tackle in the past. Played right tackle for a year at Texas A&M. Best player available.
Chris Bell goes 55th to the
To
Chargers.
Yeah. Hot Dog says, "Don't hate me for saying I'm glad you're not in the front office." Well, I'm glad I'm glad you're not a content creator. Goes both ways. Sorry, Hot Dog. If you're gonna give it, you got to be able to take it too. Been a long-time viewer of the channel. Hating on the mock draft.
How dare him?
How dare him? I'm kidding. You could have your own opinion, but
Caleb Banks goes to the Jaguars.
who? Caleb Banks. Oh, wow. He slid pretty far in this mock. Slid pretty far.
That's a good selection for Mr. Cullen.
That's a good pick. That was their first pick because obviously they traded their first rounder this year to Cleveland last year for Travis Hunter. What are your thoughts on Travis Hunter now being a full-time corner?
Yeah, I always thought that was his best position at Colorado, so it doesn't surprise me, and in the NFL, it's just too hard to play both ways. Now, it does sound like he's going to get some snaps at receiver, like in high-leverage situations or whatever the case may be, but I think it's the right move, and they kind of have a loaded wide receiver room.
Yeah, and I'll say this, though. Their trade-up to get him, and this is why as many people was up there and loving, the Travis Hunter as a prospect, I wasn't as high on him as most because it's like, let's be honest here. If he was a cornerback, would he be the number one cornerback in last year's draft? I don't think he would have been. I really don't. And then if you look at him just as a wide receiver, is he the best wide receiver in that draft? I like Tet McMillan more. So because he was a combination of both, which I understand why he went so early, but if you look at him just at one of the two positions he played, he is not worth the pick that he was.
No, agreed.
Definitely not worth the trade up that the Jaguars ultimately did.
But they still have Parker Washington. I guess maybe it lessens the need for a Brian Thomas Jr. trade or the possibility.
Yeah.
Ty Simpson's still on the board here, by the way.
I'm surprised Jadarian Price is still available. The running back.
Bears go trade in Stooks here.
Yeah, that's a good versatile
That's a good
defensive back right there. Can play nickel, can play safety, can play outside. Well, retiring, that's how this works. Like, that's obviously not going to happen in the NFL draft. But, like, in our mock draft, we agreed to a trade in principle to move up and see what happens. And it was great value. Like, I'm not going to lie, guys. Like, I know some people are clowning on the trade up. If the Dolphins sent pick 87 and 11 to get pick 7 on draft night, the amount of people that would be clowning the Washington Commanders on social media for accepting that trade would be almost too difficult to keep track of.
They'd be calling for Adam Peters' head.
Yeah.
Jennings Dunker, the beauty from Iowa, goes 58.
Offensive lineman off the board. Dunker, I think, could play a lot of different positions on that offensive line.
And we break after 64.
Yes. We are close to reaching round 3. The Eagles and Niners, Chase Sr. passed on Ted Hurst. Maybe, just maybe, the Dolphins in this mock draft are going to be able to get him. I would take him immediately in this mock. I would take him immediately.
Is there a world where you would take Ty Simpson if he was there in the 3rd?
It's just unrealistic that he would be there.
Agreed.
So I actually think out of principle, I'm not even going to contemplate taking him.
Agreed.
Because
he will not be there.
Correct. Like, listen, I know this is for fun, and I don't think the Dolphins would trade up, but it's like not the most unforeseen thing. Ty Simpson, there is a -% chance that he is available in the 3rd round. This happened last year too, by the way. Do you not remember this?
Yeah, with Milrow.
No, Shuck too went like round 3. Like no one.
Yeah, because Sperry passed on him.
Yeah, no one took quarterbacks last year. It was like Cam Ward and Shadur in the top 10, and then after that, nobody took a quarterback until round 3 because no one wants
Sperry
to.
took Milrow, yeah.
Yeah. Like Jackson Dart made it so far. Craziness, man.
I actually don't remember where Dart went.
I don't remember what happened. What?
AJ Epinesa visited the Miami Dolphins today.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting. I said that I'd like to sign him. I would love to sign AJ Epinesa.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that whatsoever.
If he's going out for vet min cheap, that would be unbelievable. That'd be a pretty freaking good signing, man.
Dante Fowler visited Seahawks. AJ Epinesa visited with the Dolphins.
That'd be pretty freaking big, man. I would love that. All right, I've kind of lost track. Can we get a last 5 picks here? Because we were talking about that. I was tweeting. We were talking about trading up. So I don't really know what happened in the draft. In the last... Okay, we got this. The last 4, I guess, is really all I need. Train Stooks, Jennings Dunker, Lee Hunter, and Gabe Jackas. I do love Gabe Jackas. And I do love Danny Dennis Sutton, but he's off the board of the Eagles at 61. So a couple big-time players at the edge position taken here, as we still are about 12 picks away from Miami. So those are the last couple of picks. You want to show the top 10 available right now, Coop?
Let's go look and see who we can take.
As we're approaching the end of round 2. The Jaguars just made a trade. But as we look at the top available players, a couple wide receivers here, Antonio Williams, Malachi Fields. I really like Caleb Tiernan, the offensive tackle from Northwestern. And then you bring in a couple other guys, Max Clare, Elijah Surratt. Who took Eli Stowers?
He went early.
Okay, I don't even remember who took him, though.
I want to say it was...
Like, that's what I mean. I didn't even see who took him. AJ Epineza, nope. He's visiting with the Dolphins today. Visiting with the Dolphins?
Yeah, it was Joey at the Ravens at 45.
Okay, I missed that pick then. Missed that pick. I tell you what, I am hoping Ted Hurst is there at 75. That is my guy.
That'd be awesome.
That is my guy. Mitchell Rentz tried to just negotiate a trade in production.
Ridiculous.
Not allowed.
Cheating Raiders.
Oh, man. I tell you what, Ted Hurst, I think I'm starting to think he's going to be there for the Dolphins at 75 in this mock. And I'll take him at 75 every single time. Every single time. He is a roly guy.
Best available receiver, according to our big board.
He's 5th available, apparently, but he is my guy. We've taken a couple more shots, Poe, man. I actually probably should take another.
I'll take one.
I've had a lot of water in between, so we're catching up. Well, I think we're close to killing the bottle, so we're right there. I'll wait for you to take it together here. I think we got like 1 or 2 shots left anyway. Shout out to yo.
Cheers. Let's see. Just a couple of picks remaining here in the second round.
The Jaguars traded up. I don't even know what the trade was, but they did. For K'Ron Crawford, they traded 2 third-rounders to the Broncos. I gotta be honest. Our Broncos host asked me 3 different times if I wanted to trade 2 third-round picks to move up in the second round, and I said no. Like, no, please, I'm not doing it. I'm not trading a third-round pick to move up 15 spots in the third round. Ain't doing it.
Patriots take Romello Height.
It's not a bad pick. And we've got one more selection until we move on to round 3. And we inch closer and closer to our guy making it there. We need it. We need it. All right, we got a 20-footer for birdie on 15. We're running out of time here, Coop. We're running out of time.
Can he make it?
We'll see. You never know. Never know. 64th pick is in. The last pick of round 2 belongs to the Seattle Seahawks. That selection from the champions.
Jadarian Price.
Jadarian Price. That's a steal for Seattle. There's a rumor that they're going to take him at 32, let alone 64.
All right. Second round in the books.
Appreciate everybody. You want to recap round 2, Coop?
I will recap round 2. Indeed. Denzel Boston kicked us off here at 33rd going to the Jets. You had Malachi Lawrence, Blake Miller, and Christian Miller going after that. The Giants take Peter Woods to replace Dexter Lawrence in this hypothetical trade world we live in. Keelan Rutledge, and then C.J. Allen goes to the Cowboys, a pick I really like for them at 39. Excuse me. Then D'Angelo Pons goes to the Cardinals. They're at 40. R. Mason Thomas, the edge from Oklahoma, heads to Cincinnati. Avion Terrell goes to the Saints. We selected Chase Besantis there at 43rd overall, taking the guard out of Texas A&M, who can also play some tackle there. Brandon Cisse heads to the Jets. Eli Stowers to the Ravens. Anthony Hill, Jake Galday, and Chris Brazzell all go there. And then A.J. Halsey, the safety out of LSU, goes to the Minnesota Vikings. Patrick Seatman going on defense here in this draft. Derek Moore, the edge from Michigan, going to the Lions. Jeremy Bernard heads to the Carolina Panthers. Zion Young is a steal, one of the best steals of the draft, goes to the Packers there at 52. Then you have Cassius Howell, Keontae Scott, Chris Bell, and Caleb Banks, the DT out of Florida, staying in state, heading to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then to round out the second round, Traden Stukes, Jennings Dunker, Lee Hunter, and Gabe Jacques, however you say it. And then you have Danny Dennis Sutton from Penn State, Kieron Crawford, Romello Height, and Jadarian Price is the final pick of the second round. And that is where we stand, ladies
and that is where we stand as we get here into the final round. Will be no breaks here. We're going to power through. Did anyone take Brandon Cisse?
Yes, Cisse went.
Okay, I was doing something behind the scenes there. I just didn't remember. I don't remember seeing his name get called.
He went to the Jets.
He went to pick after us. That explains a lot. Explains that we missed the couple picks after us, Cisse and Stowers, because we were too busy breaking down our selection of Chase Besantis. But we're back in action here for the third round, pick 64.
Third and final.
Arizona, 65, excuse me. Arizona, Henley just nailed it, dude.
Come on.
A 20-footer swooper. And now he just has to go par.
Come on.
To get the prize picks. Shout out to Prize Picks.
We are 3 holes away from making money, baby.
Come on, Henley. What a swinger. That thing swooped crazy left or right. This guy can putt. Now I'm greedy. Give me one more. I want 4 under going in tomorrow. We're going to have an early round tomorrow. It's going to be soft, nice conditions. Go firing low. Oh, I'm fired up about that. If you're wondering why we're getting excited about this, we told you about Prize Picks a couple times on today. They are presenting the show. We have a lineup in. It was $5. This is the putt. Look at this thing swoop. Look at this thing swoop.
Come on,
right
Russell!
into perfection. We had a $5 lineup to win 23.75. Less on 4.5, hole 2 shots from Knapp. He birdied it. It was a par 5. He got a 4. We took less on Sung Jae Im, 69.5 shots. He ended up shooting a 66, 5 under. And then we have Henley to round it out. Last player needs to shoot a 3 under 68. And right now he's 3 under with 3 holes to go. Shout out.
And reminder, once the draft is done, we will be doing a Q&A as well.
Yes.
So get your questions in.
How are we on questions? I feel like we have a lot, but maybe I'm wrong.
I think we do as well.
I feel like there's a lot, but if you haven't already, use hashtag Dolphins or Super Chat to get on our mailbag we'll be doing after the show.
We do have a good amount.
Okay, I figured as much. I saw a lot of Super Chats and I saw a lot of hashtag Dolphins at points. But how about Ty Simpson, the Alabama quarterback, making it to round 3, pick 65 for the Arizona Cardinals?
He's their replacement.
Could be. Could be. Hole 16 is an easy one, too. We could get birdie back and give us breathing room going to the final 2.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
It'd be sexy. Pretty. All right, so now we have the Titans on the clock. We're under 10 picks to go. Titans pick is in. Oh.
And they take a receiver.
And they take Malachi Fields, the Notre Dame wide receiver. So luckily for us, a wide receiver goes, but not the one we're targeting. If you guys aren't aware, we are looking to grab Ted Hurst.
And we're getting warmer, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, how about give me the next player, picks up. Give me the next picks up. Let's look at teams that potentially need a wide receiver that are ahead of us here.
Let's take a look.
Do you have the list 10 version?
No. Or yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. As we have the picks come in here, or list 8 version here. Oh, so it doesn't have the teams? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. This is kind of where things stand. This is perfect. This will take us right to our pick at 75, so just a couple spots ahead of us here. But, the Eagles are going to take him.
Yeah, he's going to do it to us.
Chase loves Ted Hurst. He's going to
do it to us.
The Raiders need a wide receiver, too. They didn't take one earlier. Could they go? Do you think they could go Ted Hurst? I think he would take Elijah Surratt.
Yeah, he would definitely
a little
take
Mendoza Surratt combination. Philly could go. I don't think Houston would. I don't know. We'll see. John, ask that question again, but use hashtag Dolphins and have the Dolphins and hashtag next to each other.
No space.
No space. Yeah,
the pick is in.
The pick is in.
He went Surratt for sure.
I think he went Elijah Surratt. If Hurst goes, I'll be sad. But I will say, I know the Dolphins would be intrigued with Antonio Williams. They met with him, and he's a good player. So I don't think that's possible. Or that's the craziest thing to say.
Oh, it's none of them.
Ooh. He went with Zachariah Branch. So he took a wide receiver for Fernando Mendoza, but he does not take Elijah Surratt, which is what I thought he would have done. He takes Zachariah Branch, the shorter, gadgety, speedy wide receiver out of Georgia. Where did Branch transfer from? He went
USC. We were at the game.
That's right. USC to Georgia. I couldn't remember for a second. So we're now about 7 spots away from being on the board. We're hoping that Ted Hurst is available, the Georgia State wide receiver. That's our guy. But who are some other top players still available, Mr. Coop?
Yeah, let's take a look here. Ty Simpson did end up going. So Antonio Williams is actually the number 1 overall player available here at the moment. You have guys like Arizona State corner Keith Abney, Dominique Orange, the big man from Iowa State, and then Caleb Tiernan, who we also like.
Yeah, we do.
Is available as well. You got tight end Max Clare still on the board, Davison Ibganosin on the board. But look, I mean, there's 3 receivers there in the top 10 with Deshaun Stribling and Elijah Surratt as well. And then you have Ted Hurst there at 9th, best available. Josiah Trotter, Tyler Onyedim.
We won't be taking him just based off name alone.
And then Kyle Lewis, the versatile chess piece out of Pitt as well.
Wow.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Oh, the Eagles take tight end Sam Roush from Stanford.
Chase Sr. leaves Ted Hurst on the board.
He does love Roush, though. He's said so many times he loves Roush. Does make a lot of sense. Dallas Goedert, his career in Philadelphia is not for long.
And Sam Roush is an athletic freak.
Yeah, he's a freak, dude. He is a freaky deaky. A freaky deaky, I tell you. So that moves on there. I'm looking at some prospects. I'm just trying to get an overall kind of sense of.
Oh, Elijah Surratt goes.
Oh, a wide receiver goes, but it's not our guy. We're clenching cheeks here as we get closer and closer to our pick. At 75, Elijah Surratt off the board.
We want Ted. We want Ted.
I'm thinking about what I'll do at 75 if he is off the board. I think I will take Caleb Tiernan.
I like that pick.
I think he's my best player available. I think he is my best player available right now. When I'm looking at all the players, I would label Tiernan as my best player other than Ted Hurst. That's what I'm saying.
Who should Rolly pick? Let us know.
I would double down at offensive line. I would double down. As the Browns go with Keith Abney II, the Arizona State corner.
Yeah, Washington, and then the Bungles up next.
So we have 4 picks in front of us, 71, 72, 73, 74. Oh, God, the Chiefs are going to do it.
Oh, Durham's so doing it, isn't he?
They need a wide receiver.
Yeah. He
took,
likes Ted Hurst.
Does he?
Yes.
That's a dagger. I already think he's gone. I don't think the Commanders would take him. They took Mekhi Lemon in this mock. The Bengals need a wide receiver. The Saints already took one. It's literally just Chiefs or not. Or Chiefs or not. It's Chiefs or not, man. In my opinion, it's either Durham does it or he doesn't. He either does it or he doesn't. But I think he does. And I cry inside. Just a little bit.
I hope not, man.
What are your guys' thoughts on Max Clare in this spot, though?
Look, we could use a tight end.
Did the Chiefs take? Oh, they went Dominique Orange, the D lineman from Iowa State. What have the Chiefs done in this mock draft so far?
Let's go look at the Chiefs.
Matthew Bell says, did the Chiefs already take a wide receiver in this mock? I'm not aware. I know they took Colton Hood and David Bailey. So, no, they haven't taken anyone outside of those two. They didn't have another pick. I do think there is quite a drop-off, though, in terms of offensive linemen. And since we already got a prototypical interior offensive lineman, DeSantis, getting a versatile guy like Tiernan would pretty much set us up for no-need offensive lineman anymore. Like, I do like the idea of going Tiernan here, and then for the rest of the draft, just going BPA, not offensive line.
You can't back off Hurst now.
No, I'm not. Oh, I'm not. I'm just saying if he's gone. The Bengals pick is in at 72. What does Billy BB do? That kind of rhymed. Henley, spin. All right. Birdie put at 16.
Billy BB goes with the versatile linebacker Kyle Lewis at 72.
That's a good pick. Like that pick quite a bit. New Orleans is in at 73. Here we go. The moment that we're all been waiting for.
Do you think he's going to snipe us?
I think he does. I think so. I'm also a pessimist when it comes to the draft, so I'll always think we get sniped. The Saints pick is in. He must have taken a running back because I think he took Mike Washington Jr. Definitely did.
Yep. Of course he did. Arkansas.
Yeah. Shocker. So we're one pick away, guys. We're one pick away in this mock draft, man. We're one pick away. Why does Sam's thing never show up for me on my side thing? There it is. All right. We're one pick away. We're one pick away. The Chiefs are on the clock. What does the Chiefs. What do the Chiefs do? What do they do? On the clock. We know who everybody wants the Dolphins to take in this spot. I agree. It's who I am hoping to type in right now as the pick is in. Scared over a mock draft. That's what happens. We get to invest in these things. I do have a backup option. Like, I'm not mad at going Tiernan if I have to. He is a good player.
Not mad, just disappointed.
Correct. Yeah, correct. It is like a disappointment, but not mad. Wouldn't be mad with either. We're getting one of them. So Casey's in. We're going to find out together.
He's ours!
We survive. We survive.
Ted Hurst, you are a Miami Dolphin.
Certainly in this mock draft. Certainly is in this one. What a mock draft.
Oh, that's just chills.
Let's go. Pick is not in yet. Y'all know who we're taking. Boy, I tell you what, though, when it comes to actual draft night and we get in this range, I've become such a Ted Hurst guy that, like, if he's on the board for us in the third round and we don't take him, I'm going to be so disheartened.
There's no Ted Hurst big camp.
I'm going to be disheartened. There it is. Takes a second there, Mr. Coop. Shout out to Ted Hurst, the 6'4", rounding up, 206 wide receiver from Georgia. Played really well last season for the Panthers. Over 1,000 yards. But I like Ted Hurst for a lot of different reasons. One, he's got the positional size that Miami's looking for. We know they're looking to add some bigger-bodied wide receivers. He's got good athleticism, good change of direction. He's really physical through the catch point, which I really like. And for a guy who is pretty big, that could make it difficult to try to avoid tackles, right? There's just less maybe twitch, less mobility, also more for defenders to kind of latch onto. But he's really kind of, how do I want to say this? Elusive, I'll just use that word again, with the ball in his hands. Obviously, going to have to face a step up in competition because he's going from a low-level Division I school to the NFL. Like, this is a guy who I really enjoy taking because I believe in the upside. Not every player that works out in the NFL comes from the high level. Like Christian Watson from the Packers was drafted from North Dakota State. It's not required to be a Power 4 guy and play well in the NFL. I love Ted Hurst, and so far I'm in love with this first 4 picks. I know people have knocked us for the trade down, moving up 4 spots to grab Ruben Bain, getting rid of pick 87. So no 87. We'll just have pick 90 and 94 to round out this mock draft. But starting this rebuild with Ruben Bain, Chris Johnson, Ted Hurst, and Chase Besantis is one hell of a mock draft. It's one hell of a way to rebuild this team, man. One hell of a way. Grade the pick. Listen, on big boards, Ted Hurst is like in the 70 to like 100 range. So he'll be going probably somewhere in the third round, maybe creeps up into the second.
Davison Igbinosun goes 76 to the Seattle Seahawks. And then Max Clare, the tight end from Ohio State, goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 77.
I definitely would have taken Max Clare if he was there at 90 or 94. Now I'll be looking for BPA. Like, we got our wide receiver. If the BPA is a wide receiver, cool. If it is a edge rusher again, cool. Offensive lineman again, cool. If it's safety, cool. Tight end, cool. I'm fine going any of those positions. So we'll see how it plays out, but a lot of people love this pick. I'm a big fan of it. It's our live poll as well, which is grade the mock draft in total. This is what we've done so far. If you're just joining us, we did trade up from 11 to 7 to get Ruben Bain. In this Chat Sports mock draft, we sent pick 87 to move up 4 spots. I think that's incredibly value. If you tried to offer that to the Commanders in real life, I think they would laugh in your face personally. But these 4 guys are, love it. Love it. Chandler Rivers.
I don't know if I've even heard of him.
Oh, see, that's non-ball knowledge. A little slot corner at Duke.
We haven't even discussed him.
That's not true at all. There is a video out there that I talked about adding a nickel corner when I think talked about Kader Kohu leaving. And
not one I did.
Chandler Rivers was absolutely on that list logo of nickel draft targets.
I must have been in England.
You must have not been paying attention.
I was paying attention. Maybe
don't
just
know.
not in England.
You watch, you listen, but you do not understand.
Someone brings up Oscar Delp.
A lot of people like Oscar Delp.
Let's go look at the big board.
Look at tight ends, too, specifically.
Let's go look at the big board.
John says if this is how our first 4 picks shook out, be an A+. I agree. Be my favorite.
There are your top tight ends available.
I know a lot of people like Jolie. Wait a minute. How low is Tom Downey on Michael Trigg?
Trigg is not gone.
Unless he won 79. We didn't show that pick yet.
He did not. Oscar Delp just did.
So Oscar Delp goes to the Falcons. Oscar Delp to the Falcons. Pick 80 is in. I would have contemplated Delp. We still got 10 picks to go, but Caleb Tiernan's still there.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a no-brainer pick for me.
Yeah, Trigg is still on the board.
Yeah, I know his vertical isn't terrific, but boy, he has such a wide catch radius. He's got the longest recorded wingspan at the tight end position in NFL combine history. So even though he doesn't jump the highest, because he has those long arms, his catch radius is just massive. So I don't mind Trigg. I don't think I would take him in round 3 like I used to in mock drafts, just because of what we've heard on him as a prospect and more testing. But I'm guessing a 4th round pick, like 130, I would absolutely consider taking, what's his name? Michael Trigg. Michael Trigg would absolutely be in consideration. Jacksonville's pick at 81 is in. I like Zakee Wheatley too, man. Some good players left. Some really good players. I'm finding myself in a hard spot to justify doubling down at wide receiver because I just like too many of these safeties and offensive linemen.
There goes Josiah Trotter.
Josiah Trotter, the Missouri linebacker. That's a pretty late fall for him, too. And then the pick is quickly in for Minnesota. They go with the interior offensive lineman, Sam Hecht from Kansas State. So a couple offensive linemen on the interior go in the last couple picks, leaving Caleb Tiernan. Who are the other O tackles on the board, as Matthew Bell asks?
Take a look at OTs.
Travis Burke is someone gaining steam. Markel Bell certainly would take Tiernan over all of them. Diego Pounds is there. I like Drew Shelton. We brought him up on a show a couple days ago.
Demetrius Crown over?
What?
Demetrius Crown over?
Not in.
Not in.
Not in. Not in. I would not take him. Pick 83. It is in. Carolina Panthers. I would have a hard time deciding between Wheatley and Tiernan as who I'd want to pick.
Malik Muhammad.
If they're both there. Malik Muhammad, the corner from Texas.
He was a first-round pick projected going into the season.
Really?
Yep.
Talk about a bad year. Final year in college. Tough one. Tough one. Yeah, I probably don't disagree with you too much on Trig. I don't know if... Yeah, I don't know if that's a pick Sully makes. I would take him, but I don't know if that's a pick Sully takes, to be honest. Pick number 84 is in for the Green Bay Packers. I have no idea where they would go with this.
I don't either.
We'll head to 18, Mr. Coop, with a par needing to hit. 18's not the easiest, but it is the widest fairway. So it's all about the approach shot.
So we're okay.
Henley will be in the fairway with the approach shot. And it'll just be, if you miss 18th fairway, you're actually the worst golfer of all time. It's that wide. Dude, they showed a graphic like 10 minutes ago that out of the 66 players that have played 18, 65 of them hit the fairway.
Who is the one that...
I don't know.
That's
but
awesome.
It's legitimately the widest fairway there is. It's the approach shot is tough.
Dalen Everett.
That's a good pick. That's an option for Miami in this range if the Dolphins don't go corner early. Am I going Farmer? No. I'll pretty much tell you that I'm not going to go Jalen Farmer. I just don't envision myself going that route.
Steelers on the clock here, followed by Chargers, Commanders, Broncos, and then Eagles.
Get Ramsey or Jolie, we party. I like Justin Jolie. I don't think I'm pounding my fist on the table for him, though. Good thing I took Jake Knapp on his second hole because I almost took his entire round. He's even par, so he would have choked for us.
Bro.
He would have choked. We got 2 more picks to make, 90 and 94, and then we round out this mock draft.
Bud Clark goes 85 to the Steelers.
Bud Clark just went?
And then Jalen Farmer goes
wow,
as well.
So Bud Clark and Farmer go. Those are 2 of my favorite players in that range. So certainly a little hit to the tank for us here. That's tough.
That's a dagger.
That's tough. Can we look at best players available here since we're going to be up in 3 spots? We would be up right now if we didn't trade up. So I would definitely rank, if I had to, of players I'd want to take. Caleb Tiernan, number 1. I would put Zakee Wheatley, number 2. I didn't think he would even be there. That's why I would have taken Bud Clark. I don't think I would take any of these guys. So I wouldn't even put them on the list.
You wouldn't take Brendan Thompson?
No, I would not. Keep on going. We have more. I would take Jalen Kilgore, Bryce Lance, Justin Jolie.
You could probably get Bryce Lance at 94.
Well, I mean, it's a 3-pick difference. It doesn't matter. But if I had to say what my big board is, and then Jay Sean Barham is right there. So I'm set up to get 2 of the guys I really like.
That's your guy.
I'm set up to get 2 of the guys I really like. Logan Jones, the Iowa center, goes 87. I do like Kilgore. I would put Tiernan at number 1. Probably Wheatley 2. I'd probably put Barham 3. And then Bryce Lance 4. Jolie 5. And Henley is in the fairway.
All about the approach.
All about the approach. Why not a little birdie? That'd be nice. Close me out with a little birdie. I do like Jalen Kilgore. Yeah, I do like Bryce Lance over Stribling as well.
Who should Rolly take? Two picks away.
Kilgore. Yeah, I would go pretty crazy too. I'd be pretty ecstatic if this ends up being the way things shake out for the Dolphins on draft night. We have 2 picks in front of us. Denver at 88. Who picks at 89, Coop? The Eagles. Eagles! Oh, that screams the Key Wheatley for them, by the way.
For the Eagles, yeah.
Take a Penn State guy. Screams it. Screams it, I tell you.
Running back.
Jonah Coleman, the Washington RB. The Broncos trade back from their second-round pick to get 2 in the third, and they take Jonah Coleman there.
Meh.
So they traded back from their spot in round 2 to get, what's it called? 2 more picks. They could have stuck at the end of round 2 and taken Jordyn Price out of Notre Dame. Instead, they move back and get Coleman and another third-round pick. That's true. Good memory. You guys said that the Eagles in this mock draft already took Iheanacho and Keontae Scott. See, I can't remember that stuff. I'm thinking of all the stuff from Miami.
That's why you have the chat to hold us accountable.
Yeah. Oh, a trade. Oh, it's Philly steal. Oh, I forgot. This trade that was made. Look at this. This is why. Wait a minute. Never mind. Lost. I don't know.
Yeah, it was this one.
Oh, yeah. This is why the Eagles are on the clock right now.
Well, I mean, what a joke.
Maro Hachom. A mock draft trade that doesn't involve trading up or down. It just involves trading a player for a pick. How crazy is that?
Graham should be fired from his GM post.
Oh, man.
And we are on the clock.
Wow, as Chris McClellan from Missouri goes, pick is already submitted. I wasted no time.
We know who it is.
It's Caleb Tiernan.
Caleb Tiernan to the Dolphins.
Did any wide receivers go between 75 and 90? If we look at what Miami did, we were the last team to take a wide receiver. I wonder if that would have changed if we passed on Hurt.
Agreed.
Wonder if a team would have jumped on Hurst. We would have taken Tiernan at 75, but instead we go with Northwestern offensive lineman Caleb Tiernan. He is a big, big fella, folks, but there is some buzz. Todd McShay has noted that he thinks there could be a move inside for Tiernan. So you bring in Chase Besantis, you bring in Caleb Tiernan, and what this does is that it gives you 2 guys that in their collegiate career have played at tackle at one point, as well as interior offensive line projections. I know I'm getting messages about have yourself a day. But yeah, I just think Tiernan is a guy who you don't need to start him right away, but he's got a lot of experience. He's an athlete that can play at the next level, outside and inside. So now that we have both Tiernan and Besantis join the crew, we can just take the best offensive linemen and play them. Like, if Caleb Tiernan is better in preseason and training camp than Austin Jackson, okay, start him. If Besantis is the best interior offensive lineman, he's starting. So you have now 4 guys competing for 3 spots.
Correct.
Or 5 guys competing for 3 spots. Tiernan and Jackson competing for right tackle. Sieler, Besantis, and Xavier competing for left guard and right guard. I think that's a home run. I'd be pretty fired up about that. Bills are on the clock here at 91. They took Tyler Onyedim from Texas A&M, the defensive lineman. I am having a hard time, Coop, deciding if I want to go Wheatley or if I want to take a wide receiver / edge.
Let's see what edges.
Let's go to the edge department.
Oh,
he's my guy, and I will say, in my opinion, there's a pretty drastic drop off after Barham to the rest.
To Overton, yeah.
There's a pretty big drop off from Barham to Overton. I actually don't hate Joshua Josephs, if I'm going to be honest. There could be worse.
Spencer Fanu's brother.
Yeah, I'm not sold on that. That's a day 3 guy.
My guy George Gums.
It's a day 3 guy. Let's check the safeties. Check the safeties. We got 2 more picks in front of us. Golday, no, he went early second round.
Oh, Zakee Wheatley goes to the Cowboys.
Oh, I'll tell you this, though. I like Kilgore. I like Ramsey. I also like VJ Payne from Kansas State. Where is he on his list?
VJ Payne. 5.
5th. I like him a lot.
Oh, Deshaun Stribling goes. We're on the clock.
Wide receiver. We're on the clock. Oh, man. I'm going to keep this one in secret. I'm in between Bryce Lance from North Dakota State, Justin Joly from NC State, probably
Markel Bell.
I'd probably Kilgore. No, I'm not. No, why would we consider him, Coop?
Why not take another one?
Because we've already drafted 2. This is why your GM powers are
Why not
terrible.
take another one?
It's awful. Coop, come on.
We got to rebuild the O-line, man. I'm not saying I'd take him. Suggest him.
No, the idea to suggest it is ridiculous.
Disagree. Oh, shocker. Rolly goes with his guy. Who would have thought?
I have guys.
I think that's soft.
Soft. It's the best guy on the board, in my opinion. That's the edge, Jay Barham. I'm a big fan of Barham. If you've watched this channel, you would know this. I take him a lot in this range of 3rd round. He is a guy that is just incredibly physical. And the way that he defends the run is something that I really like. He had a 12.8% run stop rate this past year. It almost mirrored his run or his pass rush win rate, which is just unheard of. He's got good athleticism. He can play. There's tape of him playing inside linebacker, an off-ball linebacker, rather than being on the edge. So there's some versatility on the defensive side of the ball here. You see here from Dane Brugler, definitely not the most home run guaranteed starting pick, but with already having Ruben Bain on the roster, taking him in the 1st round, grabbing him as a second edge and staying patient with him as you let Chop Robinson get some snaps. You have, obviously, Josh Uche, David Ajabu. I like Jay Barham a ton. He's one of my favorite players in this range. It was tough taking him over Jalen Kilgore, the South Carolina safety. Tough taking him over Bryce Lance as well, the North Dakota State wide receiver. A lot of people in the live chat wanted Justin Joly, the tight end from NC State. I set him to kind of maybe add more intrigue. There was never a chance I would take Justin Joly over those guys. And I get tight end is something that we do need to add to. But when you talk about positional value and just overall as a prospect, I don't think Joly is even in the same tier as Barham, as Jalen Kilgore, as I said Christian Watson because I think he's similar to Bryce Lance as well. So I just love Jay Barham. I got 2 of my favorite guys in Ted Hurst and Barham in this draft. I'm able to get a couple offensive linemen in Tiernan and Basantis, get a corner in Chris Johnson, and Ruben Bain. I think this is some mock draft that I think a lot of Dolphins fans get behind. Man.
Good mock.
Grade this pick specifically. Not the entire mock draft, just the pick of Jay Barham. A, B, C, D, or F. As this draft comes to a conclusion, we don't have any other picks, so it doesn't really matter who anybody takes. What are our picks? Coop, you want to show all of the picks now that we've completed the 3-round mock draft for Miami? By the way, Russell Henley is off the green but putting for birdie.
Okay.
Tough putt. So there's a chance he's going to have 5-6 feet for par.
Oh, no.
I'd say there's a better chance than not that he's got a 5 or 6 footer for par.
Here is what Miami did.
Yeah, these were the 5 picks we made. These were the first 4. We made 6 picks, excuse me. First 4, and then we rounded out the mock draft. Remember, we traded 87 to move up 4 spots and get Ruben Bain. And then we ended up getting Caleb Tiernan, the offensive tackle from Northwestern, and Jayshon Barham, the edge, to round out our mock draft. Grade it for me, A, B, C, D, or F. I see a B, a C, an A, a D. So I thought there was going to be more love for the mock draft. Matthew with an A, Tristan with an A.
Before we start.
Yeah, we should do the 20% thing.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we almost made it. All right, it's like 1.5 foot for par.
So we're good?
Yeah.
We can show those selections.
Yeah. All right, we didn't say this earlier, but there is a 20% off special right now. I'm wearing a Dolphins Today shirt. There's black. There's aqua versions of it. They fit true to size. Look at the neckline. Fits money. Good quality. Right now, you can grab yours 20% off, like I said. Not many times can we offer a deal like this. 20% off our merch right now when you go to chatsports.com/Dolphins Today. Throw in this link in the live chat right now. Go grab some. If you're a fan of the channel, we appreciate you. We appreciate all the support. High quality stuff, man. Go grab yours right now.
The shirt you're wearing right now.
Fits true to size. Big fan. Links in the live chat. 20% off. So you see it. It's usually about $25 for a shirt. Now it's only $20. $5 off, right? Is that math right?
Yes.
I think that's correct math.
And that, according to the head honcho, will extend until 5 p.m.
5
Central
p.m.
Time.
5 p.m. Central Time, so 6 p.m. Eastern Time is when you have enough time to go out and grab a Dolphins Today shirt for 20% off. Appreciate everybody who has already gotten a shirt. Appreciate everybody who will potentially buy a shirt. You guys are legends. One more time, 20% off until 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Top of the hour. You got 28 minutes. All right, par's in, Coop. Bang.
That's money made.
Money made on Prize Picks. And now I can gloat about it on our thing we're going to do, this video we're going to film.
Oh, it's good seeing the greens.
Cash it, baby. Cash it. Cash it. Cash it, man. Way to play, fellas. Way to play.
It still has them at 64 strokes, baby.
Well, little par action. Little par for Henley gets into the 68 mark. Way to be, Russell. Way to be.
All right.
All right.
Mailbag time?
Mailbag time. Mailbag time. We have enough questions, so we don't think we really need any. And now we'll answer some questions. We're going to do 2 more mock drafts too as well. We'll do a mock draft 7-rounder over the weekend. We'll do our final mock draft next week. We'll also put out a video talking about that 3-round mock draft tomorrow morning. So, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So over 100 people watching. We're going to do our mailbag, and then we're going to get out of here on today's live show. Yeah, that plays. That's fine. That's fine. So we'll get today's show started. This one is presented by Prize Picks. Yeah, cool. All right, let's do it, Coop. 5. So just be on the lookout for that. I put it in there to be 1 minute, 1 minute, 2 minutes, so we'll see. But just really keep an eye on. Yeah, we're going to do a Q&A, and then we'll get out of here on today's show. So let's do it, Coop. Welcome into a mailbag edition of Miami Dolphins Today by Chat Sports, brought to you and presented by no one else other than Prize Picks. Tell you more about them here in just 1 second. We'll start off the mailbag with Poman13. Really don't want to draft a quarterback. Save that for next year. We got Ewers to sign a bum to be number 3. And then he mentioned something with our live show that we did. But when you talk about adding a quarterback, I actually do agree to a point. Now, I do believe it is in the best interest for the Miami Dolphins to draft a quarterback, and I do think that the Dolphins will draft a QB. But here is a stipulation I will throw in there. Miami shouldn't even think about quarterback on the first 2 days of the draft. Miami has 7 top 100 picks. 4 in round 3, 1 in round 2, and then 2 in the first round. Utilize all 7 of those picks on players on the defensive line, offensive line, wide receiver, corner, safety, tight end. Best player available at all of those positions. There is no need to take a QB. When I start to think about taking a quarterback, round 4, round 5. Because you could still, in my opinion, get Taylor Green from Arkansas, maybe Drew Aller from Penn State, Cole Payton from North Dakota State. Those are the 3 quarterbacks I really like, and I think they're going to be available, at least 1 or 2 of them, when you're picking in the 4th round. So that's when I start to think about maybe taking a QB. You got 2 7th-rounders, a 4th and a 5th on the 3rd day. Make sure you go give me a follow over on Twitter, at @Nick_Roloff. If you didn't get your questions in on today's show, you can always ask me over on Twitter. David Ford with a $5 chat. Trade back from 11. Just a few spots, get more picks. This draft is mediocre at best. Maybe I'm wrong. So I get the idea of wanting to trade back and accumulate more capital, whether it is in 2027 or day 2 of this year's draft. I will disagree with the idea that this draft is mediocre. Now, you can argue on day 3 things get a little bit dicey, but that happens all the time, right? Day 3 is more dart throws than anything. Day 2 is where you try to get consistent core players through the draft. And I think that is the case here again. The wide receiver class is deep, where you can find starters on day 2, maybe even in day 3. That's the one position that I would say is deep throughout the entire time. But O-line, edge, corner, safety, all good options in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd round. Does it have the high-end quarterbacks? No, but that doesn't mean this draft isn't good. It is really deep at a lot of positions that, good for Miami, the Dolphins need. Who should the Dolphins draft at the 11th overall spot? I toss and turn a ton between a couple of offensive linemen, Ruben Bain, if he's there. It all depends on who's available, but let me know who you want. John Soto with a $50 super chat. Shout out to Soto. Great being here. Second, I'm sick of people saying Miami is setting Malik Willis up for failure. Maybe 2026 is a bad year, but in 2027, hopefully great draft picks and a lot of cap space. 2028 means a hopeful playoff push. And I do agree with you. I think it's also too early to, say that Miami is setting him up to fail. We got to see what happens in the draft. Because what if Miami takes a top-end offensive lineman early to shore up the trenches to protect Malik Willis? And then what if they take a wide receiver in the 1st at pick 30 or 2nd round 43, and then another one in the third round where you have 4 picks that all end up hitting and playing really well. So to me, it's hard to say that you're setting Malik Willis up to fail right now. Am I skeptical? Yes, you need to add to the offensive line. You need to add to the wide receiver room and tight end room. But if you hit on your draft picks, well, then you're not setting him up to fail. You're actually giving him a lot of players and talent to work with. Let's just see how the draft shakes out and then see what happens in the first month after as well in June when the Dolphins get some more cap space where they can maybe sign a guy in free agency. Today's show was presented and is presented by our sponsor, Prize Picks. #1 sports pick app in America, whether it's basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, golf. Get on the action. It's so easy. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. And if, guess what, player picks isn't your thing, you're not a daily fantasy fan, you can do team picks as well. But I'm a daily fantasy guy, personally. And I cashed on Thursday for my RBC Heritage Tournament event. Less on Jake Knapp, 4.5, hole 2 shots. He had 4. He got a birdie. Russell Henley, less on 68.5. He shot a 3 under, 68. And then we finished it with Sung Jae Im, less on 69.5. He shot a 5 under, 66. You see it there, 3-player entry to win 23, 4.75 my money. You can also get my picks and see every time I make a pick in a lineup. If you follow me, thanks to the new social feeds feature, username is RollyCS. That is ROLYCS. Download the Prize Picks app today. Links in the comments and description. Use code HMA when signing up to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Shout out to Prize Picks. Ruski with a $10 super chat. If Malik Willis balls out despite the Dolphins' record next season, does that mean Arch Manning is a Dolphin or is Jeremiah Smith a Dolphin? I think this is an intriguing topic to discuss because Miami has the lowest win total next season. Tied for at least 4.5. But what if Malik Willis is really good? What if the Dolphins' offense is top half in the NFL because Malik Willis is balling out and he looks like a franchise quarterback, but the defense of Miami just ends up not being good enough, and you lose all these games like 31-24 and 27-28, and you still are 4-13. Well, then I think Miami doesn't need to take a quarterback. They can trade down and have one of these teams that will be aggressively looking to take a quarterback next year and get a haul, like when the Bears traded back and got crazy amount of capital from the Panthers when they moved up for Bryce Young. But you could also stick at maybe pick 2, pick 3, pick 4. Pass on a quarterback. Maybe the quarterback class isn't as good as advertised, and there's not even a guy worth taking there like this year. You can take Jeremiah Smith, the Ohio State wide receiver. You could take Colin Simmons, the edge rusher from Texas. You can take space in the Notre Dame corner. Something more, I think. Christian Moore might be. Like, you have other options. So it's a little early to tell, but let's hope Malik Willis is good so we can talk about trading back or taking one of the top guys not named quarterback next season. Well, we have next week a big draft. That's the real one in 2026. Subscribe and turn on notifications. We'll be live on the channel for all 7 rounds. Day 1, Day 2, Day 3. Subscribe and join us. Jeanette, who's your favorite safety in the draft? Well, cop-out answer, Caleb Downs, obviously. But let's say he's not available for the Dolphins at 11. I am in love with either Dylan Thieneman or Emmanuel McNeil-Warren with the 30th overall pick. I actually have, Coop, if we want to flash the graphic, a top 10 big board for the Dolphins' second first-round pick at 30. I have a top 10 for pick 11. I have a top 10 for pick 30. Now, I don't know if these players will make it to the 30th overall pick, and it's very likely more than 6 of these guys go in the first round. But in a wild world where anything is possible, this is how I would rank some of the top guys. Obviously, very dependent on what the Dolphins do with the 11th pick as well, but that shows you how much I love both Thieneman and McNeil-Warren as options for Miami if they're there with the 30th overall spot. Now, if you look to third round, I like Zakee Wheatley if he's there. Doubt he is. I like Jalen Kilgore. I like Bud Clark. I like VJ Payne. My two favorites out of those little groups, I would have to say, is VJ Payne from Kansas State and then Bud Clark from TCU. But I wouldn't be mad with Jalen Kilgore, Zakee Wheatley, Genesis Smith maybe too. Kamar Ramsey's an option as well. But those are my other guys' favorite that we just named. John Rowley with pick 43. Perkins from LSU. Oh, hell no. Now, when he was a true freshman, John, Harold Perkins was thought of as like a top 5 pick in this year's draft. But it's been a long collegiate career, featured disappointing seasons, featured position changes, like went from edge rusher to like as off-ball middle linebacker. So it's been an interesting year in career for Perkins. Would I take him on day 3 with the 4th round pick 130 or 5th round pick 151? Yeah, sure, absolutely. But I don't think I would even consider him in any world at pick 43. And that's just as blatant as I can possibly get there. Still a Miami fan. Do you think Ted Hurst could become our wide receiver 1 if we use him correctly? We are going to need someone for Willis, and a few third-round wide receivers aren't going to do it. I understand that you could be concerned about not being able to trust these third-round wide receivers to be lead guys. I would usually agree with you, but as I've mentioned a couple times in this video alone, I think this wide receiver class is extremely deep. Will I guarantee them being wide receiver 1s immediately? No, but how many times have we seen rookies come in and flash in the NFL at the wide receiver 1 position, or just the position as a whole? So you take a couple wide receivers on day 2 in the 2nd and 3rd round. Are they going to become top 15, top 20 guys as a rookie? Probably not, but could they be like 30 to like 50 in the NFL as rookies? Yeah, that's the hope with one of them. And if that's the case, you feel pretty good about their future and the offense that you're going to possess. Like, you're going to run the ball a lot this year, guys. You're looking to improve the offensive line. You have a mobile quarterback, Devon Achane, Ollie Gordon. Yeah, all that. Confidence level in the new Dolphins GM, John Eric Sullivan. Scout for me, 0 to 10. Ruski, get Chris Brazil at 43 and your Michigan boy in the 2nd or in the 3rd round. He's referring to Jayshon Barham, the edge. I love Jayshon Barham. That is no secret. Yeah, sign me up for him. I love his athleticism, love his size, love his physicality in the run game, plays it really well. Now, when it comes to Chris Brazil, I don't think I want to take him at 43. I like Brazil. He's an intriguing prospect. If the Dolphins take him, I'm not going to complain about it. I just think there are better guys out there because you have to factor in other positions. And when it comes to the offensive linemen, when it comes to the edge rushers, the cornerbacks, that could be there for Miami in this spot, I would rather do that knowing I can get some good wide receivers still day 2 and early day 3 in those 3rd round clusters that the Dolphins have 4 picks on. Like, yeah, Brazil has really good size, but I'm not sold at pick 43. If I take a wide receiver there, it would likely be Jeremy Bernard, and it's probably the only one I'm considering unless a crazy slippage happens for like Casey Concepcion or a different guy like Omar Cooper Jr., which I don't think happens. But yeah, I'm out on Chris Brazil at 43. Good player. I think he's going to be fascinating. Wouldn't complain if he's the pick there. I personally would go in a different direction. That'll do it for this Q&A version of Dolphins Today, brought to you by Prize Picks. Make sure you follow us over on Instagram at Dolphins Today IG or on Twitter at Nick_Roloff for more Dolphins coverage outside of our YouTube shows. And you could also ask us questions over there. See y'all on another video later today. Peace out. All right.
What a show.
What a show. Live here for 3 hours doing our mock draft special. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. We're going to be here live next week. That's the next time we'll be live. Being serious. Next time we'll be live on the channel.
NFL draft.
Is for the actual NFL draft a week from today. We won't be live on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday of next week or the weekend unless the Dolphins trade Devon Achane, which isn't going to happen. Extension is coming very, very soon. So next time you all see me live, be next Thursday for the real thing. Shout out Coop. Shout out to y'all for tuning in and hanging out. Peace.
Later.